you, but I bet you when she told you to stay out the streets, she had no idea that the YouTube streets would take over the world. Uncle Juice, public figure Boogie, Baby Down So Raw, Detroit Gossip, and the most dangerous voice in Detroit, Dogface TV.
Bitch, I talk more shit than Dogface.
They running shit from coast to coast. Welcome to the Danger Zone.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Now, hold on. You know, every group of superheroes need a theme song. And that's why the YouTube streets had a theme song created. So let's try this again. Let's take it from top.
You better be in the house when them street lights come on. Ain't that what your mama used to tell you? But I bet you when she told you to stay out the streets, she had no idea that the YouTube streets would take over the world. Uncle Juice, public figure Boogie, Baby Down So Raw, Detroit Gossip, and the most dangerous voice in Detroit, Dogface TV.
Bitch, I talk more shit than Dogface.
They running shit from coast to coast. Welcome to the Danger Zone.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. My name is Dogface. Call the wrong. This is the YouTube streets.
Yes,
I want to welcome our esteemed panelists. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. I ain't gotta speak for them. Let's go.
What up, though? Y'all know it's Uncle Juice in the building representing the Beat Factory 313. Y'all want to get some of them that content of the crimes in the D? Tap in, you know what I'm saying, to the war stories on the Beat Factory. You feel me?
Public figure Boogie. You know
Bougie.
me, I'm gonna talk shit, swallow spit. I ain't bougie. I ain't did nothing bougie. My bad, baby doll.
Oh, you good. Yours truly, Baby Down So Raw. Make sure y'all tune in to my YouTube channel.
We can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No, because it's an echo of something going on.
I don't know what.
Oh,
Okay, now we can hear you.
over there trying to sound seductive and
Right,
shit.
what are you
You
doing
know
that
you one of the
sound?
guys.
Like, what is you doing, bro? Just talk. What is all this? What the? This is not no sex hotline. You know, back in the day, you know how you dial a sex hotline? Don't act like y'all know about that sex hotline you call. No sex hotline. Stop trying to sound sexy, motherfucker. Come on.
Baby Down So Raw, y'all, coming at y'all truly. Tune into my YouTube channel at Baby Down So Raw. Subscribe, share, enjoy. I see these motherfuckers gonna get on my nerves tonight, but let's go.
See, I already tired of our shit.
We sure is. We sure is. YouTube streets is in full effect. What's up? Whack on Wood checked in. Hey, listen, I need y'all, for everybody who in the dog pound, I need y'all to, how you say that shit? Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell on all our channels. See, listen, this broadcast and every other broadcast is being simultaneously broadcasted to multiple YouTube channels at one time. So if you don't like me, which a lot of people don't like Dogface, but you still want to hear the content, you ain't got to come on my channel. You can take your bitch ass and your bitch assness over to Public Figure Boogie TV on YouTube. If you don't like
good over here.
if you don't want the bougie side of things, you ain't got to deal with Boogie. You can go over to the east side and deal with Uncle Juice, aka the Beat Factory 313 YouTube channel.
You feel me?
If Uncle Juice is not to your liking, you can always go to the west side of Detroit, the worst side of Detroit, by the way, and you can like, share, and subscribe to, and click the notification bell on Baby Down So Raw YouTube channel. Don't make no difference to us as long as you tuned in. And for those you who are like y'all not tuned in, we know y'all be tuned in, man. So listen, a couple of days ago, the most powerful person, the most powerful YouTuber, is it most powerful or is the biggest?
He got the biggest platform. He ain't the most powerful. He got the biggest platform.
Okay, so
we the most powerful.
So the YouTuber, the podcaster with the biggest platform with the S, his name is Anton Daniels. Y'all go to his channel. Y'all like, share, subscribe. A lot of amazing content. A diverse. He speaking of diversity, he has a diverse level of or degree of content on his channels. Y'all go whack on wood. Don't start that west side shit. I'm gonna block your motherfucking ass. Whack on wood. East side.
West side.
Anton Daniels. He invaded the YouTube streets. Can we say that? What can we say? He invaded the YouTube streets,
Yeah.
or can he say he joined us for a spirited conversation?
Hell no. He
He
pulled down
joined
on
us.
us like he was some hoes.
He pulled up uninvited.
He did pull up under the undivided. Baby doll, what you say? How we did he what's that movie? Boys in the Hood? Did he Boys in the Hood?
We hurt his feelings, and he tried to pull up on us.
No, not we. You, because he had a particular bone to with you. Me, Juice, and Boogie, we ain't saying shit. Your ass got us sent to the principal office. Here was you feel me, Juice?
You feel me?
You got
I'm
us.
with you, baby down. He pulled down on all of us. Look at this shit, man.
No, he did. No, he did. No, he did.
He pulled down on us, man.
Maybe y'all got us sent to the YouTube principal office.
Oh, baby. With the truth.
Anton Daniels pulled up on the YouTube streets a couple of days ago, and he wanted to address a couple of things that he had heard. He said that he's a fan of the YouTube streets. He's a fan of me and everybody else on the panel. We're going to take him at his word, because to say that you are a fan of what happens on the YouTube streets, it's not a bad thing, because we really be right. We really be popping it. It's not a bad thing. So what we're going to do here is we're going to review. We're going to review our conversation, our discussion with Anton Daniels. We're going to bring it up. We're going to review it. And we're going to stop and start it throughout the course. It's going to be a genuine review. And we're going to have a conversation about and talk about some things that we wish we could have talked about. And we're going to elaborate on some things that we wish we could have elaborated on during our conversation with Anton. Time didn't necessarily permit us to do so. And then the conversation was so spirited at some points that, you know, when you got 5 or 6 people talking and trying to get the point across, sometimes it doesn't necessarily happen like you plan it or like you wish it to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to conduct a genuine review of our conversation with Anton Daniels. So the panelists, anytime you want to stop, just say, hey, stop right there, doggy. All right. And we're all going to chime in. We're all going to tune in. Detroit Gossip is going to be joining us in just a few minutes. So it is what it is, man. Welcome to the YouTube streets. This is an official review of our conversation with Anton Daniels. Y'all ready?
We ready.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get some theme music for this. Hold on.
Welcome to the YouTube stream.
See, because listen, I am now a fan, despite the fact that I don't necessarily agree with everything this gentleman has to say. I'm now a fan because he is unapologetic about how he feels about whatever the subject is. Mr. Daniels.
What up, though? What's going on, y'all?
What up, yo?
Good evening, brother.
Welcome to the YouTube stream.
I want to say this, and this is not me trying to. I don't want to presuppose what I'm about to say, but I'm honored because I watch your content now more than ever, and I heard you say, "I am uninterested for a variety of different reasons of really having any kind of discourse or debate with anybody because I'm just not interested." So the fact that you're here.
So I don't look at this as a debate. I look at this as a.
So he didn't say that what I said about me seeing him say or state that he was generally uninterested in having a debate or a spirited, a debate, right? Because he said that, hey, listen, he had got to the level where in his mind, he's above and beyond a lot of the debates that people want to engage in with him. And he made the point that because his platform is so huge now that people who have smaller platforms love to try to pick at him, love to try to say shit about him for the sole purpose of trying to get him to engage with him, and thereby making their platform like turn up just because they were able to get Anton Daniels to get into a back and forth with him about whatever the case may be. So I heard him say that. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't try to reach out to the brother, because he had already blew the trumpet on that. He had already came with everything that we needed to know about, everything that I needed to hear about it. Right. So I just didn't. Should I have anyway? Yeah, I probably should have anyway. Because it wasn't just about us poo-pooing or criticizing him and what he said. I didn't see anything wrong with not reaching out to him, because what we were doing was reviewing his content. And just like he reviewed the content from Amanda Seals and so many other people who he has had, whose content he's played on his podcast, and then gave his understanding about whatever it was he was sharing with somebody else. So do we have to reach out to everybody, or at least try to attempt to reach out to people whose opinion we don't necessarily agree with? Do we have to do that? Or can we just do simple reviews or give our opinion based on what we see and what we heard them say?
I think we do simple reviews only because later in the future, reaching out to somebody could be used against you as receipts. You know how this content game go. And sometimes it's not even about reaching out to them, because you just reviewing the content. And some people are so far out of here with their numbers and the way we perceive, I know I do, it's like, man, they not about to reach back. They not finna say nothing. Because most of us that's growing, we kind of in the mind frame of anybody under us, don't speak on them. We not finna get them clout. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I would keep on doing what I'm doing until I'm at a certain level where a person will look and be like, okay, I'm gonna say something. I wouldn't have reached out to no Anton Daniel, because I know he would have looked like, who the fuck is this?
Anton Daniels was very smart. A very smart man at the end of the day, because he came and rolled up on us because he didn't want to speak on us on his podcast platform, because he did not want us to get any type of recognition off of his platform. So what's the best way to do it is to roll up on us. So he rolled up on us, came on our show. So people know who he is, and now our audience will go look for him. Okay. That motherfucker had a good strategy. Okay. He pulled up over here playing mind fucking games and trolling, and he pulled a fast one. He always somehow how he said on this show that we can help each other and we can work together and help each other out. Well, motherfucker, your whole big thing of what you was doing was only to help you. You wrote on our platform so you can get our audience to come look at your page. You didn't want to mention us on your platform because you didn't want nobody to come to. You didn't want your audience to come to us.
But the way this game go, though, baby doll, what he did, he didn't have to do. That was a big oop. Whether it was on his platform or over here, he gave content. I can't lie to you.
But who gained off that? Who gained off that? Him or us?
We did if we do it right.
So Juice,
I feel we should still drop it how we've been doing it, and if a person if we feel the person worthy, then we'll let them pull up if they want to pull up and do a collab or speak their piece on whatever we may say it on them. I don't feel we got to reach out to everybody that we speak on and get no clarification. Fuck them. You feel me? This YouTube streets. If you don't like what we said, pull up. You feel me? And address the matter.
The one thing we ain't doing is ducking no type of wreck.
Flat out.
I don't know if that was proper. I don't know if that was King's English. But the one thing, so we are known for dropping the link in the comment section and allowing people to come up, right, who simply are just typing something in disagreement with what we're saying, right, or whatever our opinion is about any particular subject. We are known for dropping the link in the comment and allowing people to come up to speak their piece, whether it is for or against something we are saying or something that we have said. So we're no strangers to that. So it's not an issue. When we look at who did it benefit, and listen, Anton Daniels is a powerhouse, right? 99.999% of people who are podcasters and YouTubers would love to have the type of platform that he has, because not only is it a genuine source of financial. Anton Daniels makes more podcasting than a plant manager of a Chrysler plant, a Ford plant, a GM plant. Antoine Daniels makes more per year than some CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. So that's just from a monetary standpoint. From an influential standpoint, I mean, he has 4 or 5 pages with
a few 100,000.
A few 100,000, almost up to 1 million. So of course, it is what it is. We're gonna just do what we normally do. If somebody becomes aware of what we say and they take offense to it, or they take or just pull up, it's an open invitation for anybody. We don't care who it is, man. Right? Even if it's somebody we don't necessarily like or care for, the thing about that, it's YouTube streets, right? We operate in the YouTube streets, so it just is what it is, man. And once again, thank you, Anton, for coming on and at least trying to kind of like get some straightening about a couple of things. Let's go.
Conversation, right? Y'all from Detroit, so
absolutely.
I show respect no matter what. I don't ever think, no matter how many subscribers that I get, I'm not that arrogant. You know what I'm saying? I'm confident, but I'm not arrogant enough to think that I can't never support and or pull up and have a conversation, regardless of whether we agree or disagree. So I'm here. What up?
Okay.
And let me say this also.
Okay.
I check your content out. I watch a show. I see you on different platforms doing your thing. So salute to you, and I'm always going to support. Again, we can have different perspectives and different opinions, and we can get into that too. But I always support people from Detroit. I never ever have smoke from people from my city.
Got you. So how much time do we have with you? Just
however long we need.
Okay, I got you. So let's just attack the 900-pound gorilla in the room, Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm. Wait. Can we say this? So now that we got the pleasantries out of the way,
yeah,
y'all wow, bro. I don't understand y'all. So Dogface, let me tell you this. You know the reason why
you start with me? If Baby Doll was the one,
I got a problem with you.
Okay,
it's because I'm not that hard to get in touch with.
Gotcha.
So at any point, you could have emailed me, you could have DM'd me, and said, "Hey man, let's have a conversation. Let's kick it." And I would have pulled up. I'm not hard to get a hold of in any capacity whatsoever. So I don't understand why not, you know what I'm saying, have a conversation with me, either face to face or online or whatever, instead of dissing me online. I don't understand that, bro. It's a lot of things that you say that I agree with, and it's a lot of things that you say that I disagree with. But I never said nothing about you online. Because if I disagreed with you that much, I would have hit you up because I know you're not that hard to get in touch with.
That's true. So to answer your question, we are YouTubers. We're content creators. We are we commentate on things worthy of being discussed and being talked about.
No. I understand the content game.
We banter back.
It seemed like you would have more, even as a content creator, to have us have discourse in real time versus just talking back and forth. It seemed like that would be better content.
It definitely would. And to answer your question, when I was aware of you long before the whole Charlie Kirk explosion. So the reason why
I know I seen you did a live stream. Y'all talked about me before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Why not just reach out to me? I'll pull up.
Hey, well, my thought process was based on listening to what you said about being disinterested in having a discussion or a debate.
No, I'm not interested in debating people like Destiny and all of these big people. I kick it with my people from Detroit all day long. Can you remove this from the bottom so we can?
I got you. All right, so that's my answer is that based on what you were saying, I'm talking about me. I was reviewing what you said, and I was giving my opinion about what you said and the stances you took. And
yeah, but it was more than that. Y'all called me a bitch. Y'all called me all of that shit. So
the YouTube streets is the wild, wild west, good brother. We the wild, wild west, good brother.
Hey, I know for sure I ain't calling no bitch. I called him egghead. You hear me?
The person who did that took credit for it.
I called you egghead, my nigga.
Y'all so fucking immature, bro.
That's my nigga though. I fuck with him.
So are we apologizing? Are we offering an official YouTube streets? Hey, bro, we know we could have approached this in a different manner, or were we so emotional and we so upset with the stances that he took? Were we what are we saying about our behavior? Was our behavior out of was it wrong of us?
I ain't gonna say it was wrong, but we apologize. Cause you can't be wrong for how you feel. That's how you feel.
Oh no, you can be wrong for how you feel.
But the delivery to the shit.
It's the delivery, because even if you feel in some type of way, because don't forget we take an exception to what Charlie Kirk said, and we are assuming that what he said is based on how he felt. So we can't get mad about how a motherfucker feel. And so I guess the better question is, in our delivery, could we have been more mature? Could we have been less offensive? Could we have made our points without resorting to all of the profanity and the derogatory speech?
Baby doll.
Yeah. We talking to you. We talking to your ass.
I already apologized to that man. I ain't apologizing no more. I did say I could have said it better. Instead of calling him a bitch, I could have said a female. I could have said better things to, describe a bitch, But I don't, like I told him before, I do not feedback how I feel.
Where did we find her at, Jukes? Where did we find this thug ass nigga at, Jukes?
That's a hell of apology, baby.
I mean, I'm not sorry for what I said. I'm sorry for the way I said it. I could have been cleaner.
That's our brother, man. He represents Detroit.
I love you.
He said that didn't apply to Detroiters. If any of his homeboys or homegirls wanted to get with him, he got open doors. So we go take him up on that. So we go dissect this though and see how he pulled up and see do he address the matter of how he pulled up on us. You feel me?
Yeah, we on your ass about this though.
All right, I got you. Let's go. Right?
I'm with it.
It's the wild, wild west of this shit, right? You can't listen. There's no way in the world you can really be that sensitive or that.
Oh, no. I'm not sensitive at all. I'm just saying, let's kick it in person. No, not in person. Let's kick it in person.
Okay. So
listen, Mr. Daniels, because I was the one mainly calling you out your name.
I heard you. I watched the whole thing,
and I know. I'm just telling you now, and I'm gonna apologize to you for that. But I still feel how I feel because I could have did it more cleaner. Because I think it was a bunch of bullshit how you was going against us as a black, as a whole. Like, I would have thought in my mind that you wouldn't have least. At the end of the day, nobody. I'm not happy that man got killed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a racist. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But he was. You know what I'm saying? And for you to try to take up for him and knowing that he was racist against black people, it made me feel like you was whitewashed. Like, so a lot of black people get in their mind because they be around them and hang when they're white people now, whatever the fuck y'all feel. But like I said, I do my apologies for disrespecting you as a man. But at the moment when I was watching your video, I felt some type of way, deeply felt some type of way, because it was just like you was going against your own culture. And that shit weird. Like it was just more of it was disgusting to me. Your video, what you were saying and everything, yeah, it pissed me off. So yes, I said what I said, but I could have said it cleaner. But I meant what I said. But I do apologize for the disrespect.
No, listen, it's cool. I don't have no problem. Like, I've been in this content game for over 11 years. I done been called everything, so I'm not offended. So it's cool. I ain't tripping about none of that shit.
But my question is why?
But we can kick it about Charlie Kirk. We can talk about that.
But you don't feel like that you're going against your own culture?
I don't. I think that the culture went against us for a long time. I think that everything that we celebrate about this culture.
Baby, now you fed right into his whole culture thing. I just not peeped that. You fell right into the culture shit because it's the culture. He's trying to distinguish black people or separate black people from the culture. And he's trying to say that the culture that we embrace as a whole, it is negative and it is counterproductive to us being quality human beings.
Look, working is part of the culture. You see what I'm saying?
The culture that they got that we so-called believe in is the culture that the back in the days in slavery was given to us. Okay, the idea that they have about us is what they make us live by, because that's how they treat us. They treat us like animals, so they act like animals. They treat us like pro-black people, so it's just the way they treat us. And no matter if we get degrees or if we get any type of success, they're still going to treat us like what we try not to get treated like. So they treat us like we're beneath the pay grade of anything. They treat black people like scum. So no matter what type of title they have, what type of position they in, and if you do get a good position or you do get a successful position, they try to trick you out of it. They would never treat us or respect us, black people, as somebody. It's just not going to happen. So at the end of the day, so the culture that he's talking about he don't respect, he's talking to the wrong people. He need to be talking to the white people that keep forcing that on us to make us have to respond like that, to make us act like that. He said we celebrate pointless holidays because everything that's worth something of celebrating, they done stole from us. So we try to celebrate the little that we have. So he's full of shit. I just it's BS.
Okay.
Has been toxic for us. And It's kept us in jail, it's kept us incarcerated. If you look at the full context, like for example, y'all used.
Before we go any further, right? So let's have this conversation, right? So he's talking about the culture that we embrace, that we accept, right? So the culture, I'm going to ask this question. So it appeared as if he was making a blanket statement about the culture as a whole and it being negative as a whole. Do you guys agree or know that our culture is negative, it is counterproductive, it is violent, it is disrespectful, and it is harmful to us as a people? Is our culture the detriment of us as a people, as a collective?
Overall, it is, and it showed in the YNs. It showed in us.
Hey, now listen.
The culture just got worse. It just added more bullshit onto it. It did. Like a lot of what he was saying was true, but he was having his own conversation when it come to Anton. Like, he wasn't listening to what nobody else was saying. He wanted to do the politics. We wanted to do race.
And what it is, he's not holding
politics.
He's not holding white people, and he's not making them take accountability. He's making us pay for what they done to us. And I think that's weird to me. I think he got the right idea, but towards the wrong people is what I'm getting at. Like, what's going on with us is he's making it seem like it's our fault what's going on with us, and that's.
So let me play devil's advocate here, right? I want to make 2 points before I just click in. So I asked the question: do you guys look at our culture, or you guys believe our culture is counterproductive to us as a people. Hey, listen, there are so many different aspects of our culture that I wouldn't dare say that our culture in totality is comprised of all negative things. Are there negative things about some of the cultural things that we embrace or that we accept? Yes. But Black culture is still the most influential, the most vibrant, the most inclusive. Black people, we accept Jews, we accept Japanese, we accept Vietnamese, we accept Italians, we accept Greeks, we accept Indians, we accept Japanese, we accept Chinese, we accept everybody. We don't hold our hand out and say, hey, we're better than you. We accept Cubans, we accept Mexicans, we accept Hondurans, we accept Brazilians, we accept Spaniards, we accept Africans from the 55 countries on the African continent. We are an accepting people, despite all the negative shit that we do, and despite how the media portrays us to the world. Black people are some of the most as vile as we can be, as aggressive and as violent as we can be, and as self-destructive as we are and have been. We are still some of the most God-fearing people, and we are certainly the most. It ain't us saying you can't come over here because you ain't like us. It ain't us that tells the world we're better than you because of the color of your skin. It ain't us who've enacted policies and procedures and even thoughts of mind that separate people based on the color of skin. And it ain't us who's trying to attribute a person's color to their lack of success or to some type of crazy shit that they doing or conducting inside their own community. The Black culture as a whole is not negative. Some of the aspects of Black culture is negative. But when you say your entire culture, Italians invented the mafia. Are we saying that the Italian culture comes out of and was birthed out of criminal organizations? I don't think it's fair for us to even subscribe to the thought or the train of thought that our culture as a whole is negative, because that our culture is not just about. Look at our cultural contributions to this country. America wouldn't be what it is right now if it wasn't for hip hop. Is the most powerful thing on the planet that comes from our culture. Are there components? Are there aspects of it that is negative and counterproductive to peace and harmony of society? Yes, but there's many different faces to this shit, and that's just my take on it.
But
why you think rapping and hip hop culture is so big? It's for us to die and go to jail.
Nah, Boogie, rapping and hip hop culture. Before we even turn to this old drilling and killing shit, bro. The hip hop.
I'm saying at the point where they changed it. You know what I'm talking about as far as the meeting that
Yeah, I know that, but I'm still saying.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that it made it go in a different route from where it was to where it's at now. It's all about design.
But even I don't disagree with that. I'm not going to argue against that. But what I'm simply saying is his point. He made a blanket statement about the culture being negative and about us. No, it's not. It's our culture as a thing is not all negative. Are there percipient? And we got to be. See, that is one of the issues that I had with the conversation, and we didn't get a chance to really talk about that because it was so much going back and forth.
But like
when you say our culture is negative and we embrace, we may embrace certain aspects, and we do embrace certain things that are negative, but those things ain't necessarily cultural. Those things are American.
So come on now.
When you talk about death and murder and killing and robbing, that's
each culture. That's in every culture.
Not unique.
Ain't nobody about to get together in ballroom like us.
Like I told him, what you're speaking of, you sound crazy because every culture has its bad ends to it. Every culture has negativity in it. It's not one culture. He said that's where I'm wrong at. And I'm like, I don't think this fucker hear himself, because I'm not wrong there. In every culture, there's you got, like I told him, you got poor white people, poor black people, poor Mexicans, poor Indians. You got gang banging Mexicans, gang banging black people, gang banging white people. It's
He's
every
better
culture.
off just saying the Western culture.
It's every culture.
I think he said what he wanted to say. I think it was a blanket condemnation of black culture. Black culture is not just hip hop. You see how we automatically went to hip hop and music? Black culture is not just about music. Black culture ain't just rap, jazz.
That's what I'm saying. He's trying to put us in a box.
I get you, so that's why I want to differentiate. Here's what I want to say. When he said the culture, he didn't distinguish what aspect of the culture. Black culture is not just one thing. We're not just one monotheistic thing. We're not one monolith, excuse me. So black culture is more than just the shit you see on TV with love and hip hop. Right. It's more than what you hear with Sexy Red. It's more than that, bro. There are a lot of things that we contributed to this society that don't get talked about or don't get put on the pedestal because the negative aspects of the things that we engage in, they're more newsworthy by design than anything positive we ever can do. So I want to say, hey, listen, when you say the culture is negative, the culture ain't just the negative shit you see. The negative shit you see is the things that the media likes to put out there, right, about us as a people. So that's why I want to reel that point in, because the culture. Are you saying our culture? If that's the case, Jews are condemned for being leeches, bloodsuckers, manipulative, trying to take over and control everything, and blah, blah, blah. Do I believe that all Jews engage in that shit? No, I don't. Are there some remnants of the Jewish culture, of the Israeli culture, where they engage in trying to maneuver pieces to where they want them to be? There certainly are. But do we condemn the entire Jewish culture and throw it away? Do we condemn when Italians came to this country, white Americans didn't accept them. They didn't like them. When the Irish came to this country, they were some poor, they lived in the ghettos like us. They called Irish white niggas. They were some potato picking ass farmers. And then when you look at the history between Ireland and the United Kingdom or England, the English, the white English looked down on Italians. They looked down on the Irish. So and it may have been negative aspects of their communities but that don't mean that everything about them. So we got to be careful about embracing all this shit negative, because the shit that there are negative aspects of our culture. As I sit here and think about it,
maybe I'll say it though, just like every
culture.
Yeah, but see, when he said our culture, when she brought up culture, he said culture. It's negative. And then when I asked y'all said, yeah, the culture is negative. That's you got to be careful with that, because I can name a lot of things about our culture that is not
overall of what we champion. Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, we are a part of the streets, so therefore we are. But there are all of my older kids went to college. They went to HBCUs too. My older children don't sit up, smoke weed and drinking Hennessy and popping Sexy Red. My daughters are actually offended by the Sexy Reds of the world. And like, they look at this shit like, I got spell me.
Listen, that's not a culture. That's a generation curse.
Well, yeah, but that's a part of the fabric of what we consider our culture now, because we are the main ones who spew that shit out to the world. Our women, you don't see white women saying, "I'll put some cum on a piece of bread and eat it."
But I see white women doing it.
I'm not saying they don't do it. See, listen, white women are some of the most nastiest motherfuckers on the face of this planet. White. So listen, let me make sure I'm on the same page here. I'm saying that everything about black culture is not negative because there are different aspects. There's different chambers. There's different chambers of black culture. The music is negative, and the black family dynamic in terms of black men. About the single black households being led by women and black men being absent. That's a negative thing about our culture, but that's not exclusive to us.
But it's still, again, the way the white people designed it for us to be.
Oh,
the music, listen to what I'm saying. The music is negative, but that's the only way you're gonna get on. If you making negative music in the black culture, that's the only way they open doors to you. If you degrading your own culture, it's not. Let me tell you, people don't. If the music that we're selling and that's getting on is going viral, like how the fuck even let Sexy Rag through the door with that shit? You know what I'm saying? Who agree behind the big executive is these white people and these Jews. So they're the one agreed to put that out there that it sell. If a black woman was to come with some positive music, she's not going to get on at all, or she's going to be on for it. She's going to be short-lived. All that positive music coming from the black culture, you're not going to be accepted that way. That's just how they designed the music world to be. It's designed to tear down the black culture. And these black people then went to not having nothing for so long that they would do anything for $1 these nowadays.
So
to get out of poverty.
Whose fault is that? So listen, so it's two things you get. There's two things, right? We understand the historical nature and the historical role that racism and discrimination has. We understand chattel slavery. We understand the Reconstruction period. We understand Jim Crow South. We understand the murder and the torture, the rape, the whole Willie Lynch mind state and indoctrination of being taught and trained and beat into us. We understand that. But a naysayer or somebody offering a different position, somebody who would just juxtapose what you just said would be, okay, you just articulated what happened to us. You just articulated why we are like we are. So once you understand why you are what you are and why you do the things you do, doesn't it become incumbent upon you? Doesn't it become your responsibility if you know all this negative shit happened to you to make you the way you are? If you're conscious enough to know that it happened, where does the will to change your situation come into play? Why aren't we more proactive when it comes to policing and trying to change ourselves? Why it seems like we're waiting for something outside of the black community to come into the black community and change our reality.
Thanks.
So I'm saying, once you say, I know this happened, and it's because of this reason, yeah, it is true we were slaves. It is true we are the descendants, black Americans, African Americans, Asiatic Americans, whatever you want to say. It is absolutely true that our forefathers and foremothers were the slaves, were the people who actually, right? We know that. We understand that they didn't let us, they didn't teach us, they didn't train us. When they did decide to teach and train us, they taught and trained us how to be the perfect pawns on their overall chessboard. Mm-hmm. So we know all that. But once we become conscious enough and aware enough and educated enough to understand that's what happened, Juice, when do we say, hey, enough of this?
When we get enough people to believe that. There's not enough black people that really understand. I think they understand what's going on, but don't understand how to change it.
You know why they don't understand how to change it?
Because they're not trying to.
One of the cornerstones of miseducating a people. One of the primary goals of miseducating a people is to mislead them, right? It is to put them in a situation where they can't even recognize that what they are doing is counterproductive to their overall well-being and safety, and they don't even understand that what they're doing, they're blind, deaf, and dumb to the reality itself. So motherfuckers are really, black people, and this is where I will agree with him to a certain extent. We're our own worst enemies because whatever is happening to us, it ain't gonna be better. Whatever's happening to us as a people from outside our community, we just give up, let it happen, and then we make excuses and justifications for why it happened, and then we point to the white man who designed the plan. Right now, we conscious, man. We aware. We can read. We can see what happened. So when does it become our responsibility to govern ourselves and to change ourselves for the better? Juice.
We got to start with the youth. What's going on in today's time is already happening. So this generation already set their path. We got to start with the generation that's coming forth now. You feel me? To bring about change, we got to change ourselves. We can't keep saying we in the predicament because somebody else. We in the predicament of the choices we chose. You feel me? So now the things is we got to make better choices and start with our youth. We got to get a hold to our youth. That's where it starts at, the youth. You feel me? We can't change the people that's already found it. We can't change people that's my age and 30, 40 years old, 20 years old. They set in their ways. So what we got to do is target the youth. You feel me? The newborns on up and raise them that way from ground up. We can't come in and out their lives. They gotta have a set pattern and some set structure around them on their rise up, period. You feel me? Not just no talking to, it got to be showed in actions and deeds every day. You feel me? To bring about a harmonious condition. You feel me?
Where do we start? Hey, listen, listen, they say black people talk a good game.
The only way to change this shit is niggas got to start telling out loud.
Elaborate, please. Elaborate.
If ain't nobody saying nothing, everything that's happening is in the hood. Even when they go to the suburbs, it's most hood niggas going to the suburbs, going to get some money somehow, some way, because that's where the money at. We didn't say fuck the hood. We going to the suburbs. Sometimes you in the hood, so you pretty much doing crime everywhere. Just like he said last night, you know, everybody who doing everything. The only way the shit really gonna change, everybody got to really be on some I telling you type shit. And our culture ain't willing to be like that.
It ain't you got to tell nothing because now you still want to involve.
Or we got to be like Zeke, boots on the ground, go find them and fuck them up.
It ain't that. The thing is, the community got to come together and put some structure behind the whole lifestyle. Telling you involving the Europeans in the thing. So it ain't about telling.
See how we built? No, we got to stop bullshitting though. You see how we built? It's two options. You get enough number of people that's not playing and either gonna fuck them up or tell on them. We as a culture, we not hoes, bro. So that speech might work for other cultures. It's two ways, and one of them we definitely not willing to do. So it's not gonna change.
It ain't
not through talking. It's a lot of talking. It's not gonna change. We've been seeing it. It ain't did nothing but get worse.
We ain't said I ain't say nothing about talking. I say we got to come together as a community and put down structure. So when it's some structure, let me finish. You keep interrupting. You ain't let me finish. When it's some structure around, then the people who ain't with the structure, they gonna weed themselves out because the program is set already. So they can't go against the program because it's a program set for the whole community. You feel me? So they gonna have to go outside that community and do opposed to what the program is. It ain't you gotta put no guns or nothing down. When you stand strong on it, ain't no dope being sold on this block. You feel me? Niggas go get the fuck
and they
on.
probably gonna do it, and you gonna have to fuck them up or tell on them. We not a whole ass culture to where we gonna pick our dope up and move off the block. They'd be willing to go to war, nigga.
Listen, when it's the whole community, so you speaking on just if one or two people go. When it's a known fact where you can't, that's like going in a white person neighborhood. You already know you can't.
How hard it is to get the whole community.
See,
take what we got.
No, that's the problem right there. Y'all already saying it ain't gonna happen, so that's why it ain't happening. We got to get out that mind frame of what somebody else go do, what won't work, and just start doing it, and one community at a time. Because if we went by what you were saying, Boogie, Zeke wouldn't be doing the things he was doing. Zeke making a movement, not just in Detroit, he moving around, but everybody ain't with it. But where he be at, that motherfuckers who do crime ain't over there where they at. So that's all I'm saying. When you put structure in certain areas, then that area gonna be ruled by that structure where motherfuckers gonna know this ain't happening over there.
You know why they not doing crime over there, Juice? Because Zeke fucked them up.
Who Zeke fucked up? He ain't had to fuck nobody up because they stand out there with their guns and stuff, and they let it be known that you can't come over here with it. So they ain't had to fuck nobody up.
What you think the guns for?
But they put the structure together. They ain't had to use them. Who did they use the guns on, Boogie? Who they
all
had
I'm
to use
saying,
it on?
Juice, all I'm saying is muscle. All I'm saying is muscles. They willing to fuck somebody up. That's what the guns for.
You said you gotta fuck somebody up. I said you don't. You gotta put the structure. Zeke put the structure there, but he ain't had to use it. Who he shot? Who have they shot? Name one person that them niggas had to shoot, Boogie. Because you saying if you put the structure down, then niggas go bucket because Detroit niggas ain't buying it. And I'm showing you Zeke doing it without shooting nobody. Because he got the guns. Everybody got guns. The niggas who running from him got guns. He ain't shot nobody. That you don't have to use that when you put the structure down, because niggas already know it can go down. When the structure there, niggas already see the threat. So he ain't physically had to do it, but he let it be known, yeah, we armed over here. It's structure over here. That's all I'm saying. When you apply the structure, you can get things done. It ain't got to be whoop nobody. You ain't got to call the police or none of that.
I feel where you and Boogie coming from, because in different areas it's gonna be different.
But I'm saying on the whole, y'all narrowing it down to one or two people. This when you got structure, the whole community. That's like the whole East Side. So you telling me a group of niggas selling dope go against, if the whole East Side put structure together, one group of niggas go stand up against the whole East Side, no matter how bad they is. Y'all don't see that's not reality. I'm speaking on the whole. That's like
you got the game.
Like the whole West Side stood tall and say y'all ain't selling no dope over here.
So you telling me
dope over here? Ain't nobody gonna be able to sell dope. It's simple as that.
What Boogie is saying is that even though that sounds good, yeah, we will want that to happen. Everybody's not gonna come together just like that, just as yet. It's gonna be one or two people. That's
what y'all missing. Ain't nobody said everybody. I said you start off one sector at a time and you put up the structure, and then it spread. If you start putting the structure up and you spread it, then it will change. But if you don't never start, y'all, and the mind frame y'all got is the same mind frame the whole community got. That's why it ain't changed, because y'all already defeated yourself and y'all thought.
The whole community ain't even moving like how we just said.
I know it ain't, because they think like y'all. That's why they not moving, because y'all feel it's worthless. What y'all saying, y'all feel it ain't.
Said it was worthless. Who said it was
I didn't even say they worthless. I said the only way, I gave two situations of how it's gonna work. We know everybody that's doing the shit in the hood. In order for that, you got to get them out of the hood. You think they just leaving the hood where they getting their money? This shit is real life, Juice. Our culture is not hoes like that, and it's not easy to get our communities together. But one thing we scared of is the motherfucking police. When Zeke come walking through the motherfucking hood and he pulling up to them gas stations and everything, what you think he ready for? What you think the guns for? It's the muscle. What you think the muscle for? Ready to fuck somebody up.
When did he have to use it though? You said the only way it's gonna work if you kill or tell. That's what you just said.
I don't know when he had to use it, but I guarantee all the boots on the ground shit he done fuck somebody up.
You know he ain't had to kill nobody because he wouldn't still be active with it. They've been wanting to get him. So if he bust his gun,
never said he had to kill anybody. I never said he killed anybody. I said fuck somebody up, Juice. I never said kill anybody. As long as his boots been on the ground and he been trying to fight for the community, my nigga, I'm sure he can fuck somebody up.
Well, where is that? Prove who he fucked up. He be on the news every day, so who he done fucked up?
You hear me say I'm sure? I'm sure.
See, but I'm
sure. And you want to know why I'm sure? Because I know what Detroit is and what it can do, what it provides.
You still, that ain't no facts. You just saying you know. Where the facts at? What I'm speaking on is facts. When I say he been on the boot, he been on the streets, and he put the structure together, and he ain't had to kill nobody. He hadn't.
This is the
he ain't had to use his gun, and he ain't had to call the police. He ain't called the police for no help.
You saying I said he had to kill somebody? I never said that.
But listen, Lindas. We stuck on this one thing on the debate, and we can't even move forward. And that's why Black people can't move forward, because we be stuck on the wrong things with each other. That's why. That is why. At the end of the day, it's about, okay, you agree, you don't have to agree. You can disagree to you can agree to disagree. But at the end of the day, the overall picture is, what can we do without even arguing and staying stuck on one part? Move forward. Okay, you might not like what you say. You might not like what Boogie say. Okay, y'all don't like that shit. Next, what can we do? What can we agree on to do? And then if we're gonna sit here and think of things that we can do,
because y'all already said it won't work.
You about to stop this good ass content. What the fuck is you doing?
What you mean? What the fuck am I doing? It's about we not about to argue about one thing when y'all basically saying the same thing. Y'all saying the same thing. Y'all saying the same thing. The bottom of it is y'all really saying the same thing. Y'all saying the same shit, but y'all just got y'all different approaches on it. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Juice got a good point. You have a good point. Now what?
But you ain't finna in this shit.
Well, you send the address, nigga. If you want me to pull up, nigga.
Juice asked me, did I have what you asked me, Juice? You said that I have facts to the shit. Hell no, I ain't got facts to it.
Okay, so
what I was saying was I'm sure. So I know I ain't got facts. It's a nigga having his boots on the ground.
So I think so let me try this. Let me try to hit it. So Juice is saying, hey, listen, let's do it. Don't make no excuses. Let's just make it happen. And as we all start to band together, then the people who are in the way or cause the problems, they're gonna have to bow down because we're banding together and creating a wall. If you go against that wall, you're gonna X yourself out. What Boogie is saying is that, hey, listen, you have lifestyle things and you have investment. You have the criminal world is not one that's easily stamped out, because if it was, then just the threat of law enforcement, the FBI, the DEA, the ATF, the threat of that would be enough to stop a nigga from doing it. Niggas eat and live off of this shit. And niggas or people are not going to give it up by just giving it up. They don't give a fuck if they got to hire some crash dummies like they've been doing to try to back a nigga up off of them. Niggas are so bold. Niggas are so violent and so aggressive nowadays that there's going to be some pushback as that movement that Juice is describing starts to grow. There is going to be a collision of sorts. Somebody's going to lose their life because black people, Boogie point, who in the hood niggas, gangbangers, sliders and ratters, it's gonna be some up front explosion, or it's gonna be some sneaky niggas getting shot in the back of their motherfucking head, getting tracked down. Niggas, criminals, period, are not just gonna lay down and conform because that's how they live. So you had to do a couple of things simultaneously. Let's bring the point together. When you take something from a people that they're using to survive, you have to replace that with something else so that they can, you have to make it, you have to appease motherfuckers, so to speak. You can't just take somebody's livelihood and think, even though it's negative. If you take it from them, then you're going to create a vacuum. So what do you replace it with? If you want to cut down the violence as you start to take that shit from them, you want to cut down the violence, that the explosion that we know gonna happen, right? Some neighborhoods are easier to bombard than others. Some gangs are easily they're convinced easier to lay it down and switch over. But you got to give motherfuckers something to switch over to that's going to allow them to take care of themselves. Because if not, they're just going to look for other ways and other avenues or to skirt the law.
They're going to have to go somewhere else where that wall ain't at.
Baby doll?
What was the question?
What the fuck is you?
If that wall up, not just for the guys who selling the dope, is up for the motherfuckers that trying to come over there and buy dope. So when it ain't no customers or nothing over there able to come through there, what they go do? They will have to pack up shop and find some customers at. You feel me? So it's all ways to change on what's going on in your community.
So let me ask
and you breaking, that's what they used to do.
I can't sit here and riffle them all off because everything I say, then you go say, what about if this? What about that? But the thing is, you got to start with the structure. If you don't never start, then you don't know what you can accomplish. That's all I'm saying.
That was just what I'm saying.
I'm not defeated. I'm not defeated from what the past been going on. You feel me? We got to get above that and start somewhere.
What I'm trying to say to you is, Uncle Juice, I know it'll work because that's what they used to do back in the day. They stuck together, okay, and they stopped the blacks from polluting their own streets and things like that. Back in the day, that's how they used to fight together, and that shit actually worked for a while. You get what I'm saying? What happens?
The Panther Party, Black Liberation Army.
Yeah,
the Bloods and the Crips. That's what they was first before they started killing each other. They was.
Don't you bring them niggas up right now?
That's
so
what
we know what I'm saying is what you saying is not like you're lying.
That's why I say it was. See, y'all went to the back, so that's why I spoke on that. But I'm speaking of present now. What we can't change what went on back then. We talking about what's happening right now. And it needs some structure. Ain't no structure. Ain't none.
Well, so structure comes about when you have a cohesive mindset, when you have a cohesive ideology. Structure is born out of people being in agreement with the course and the direction, like-minded, right? That's where structure is born out of.
Right.
Black people, you have black people, a lot of black people are fearful of the criminal element in the hoods. They never gonna agree because you know why? Y'all saying this, that, and the third, but before y'all get this shit cleaned up, some of us gonna die. One of the main issues with black people is they're afraid to die. They're afraid to sacrifice. They're afraid to raise their voices for fear of retaliation.
Yeah,
that fear is a bad motherfucker. And so, who want to be on the front line? Like for example, don't move out the hood. Stay in, get the hood. Nigga, I'm not finna stay in the hood with my kids, let my kids die in this bitch while I'm trying to prove some pro-black point to some niggas. We out. When y'all clean that shit up, we'll be back. Right? Black people used to be, listen, Harriet Tubman, all the whole Underground Railroad, Medgar Evers. I don't give a fuck what they say about Martin Luther King. He put his life on line for black people. I don't give a fuck about him fucking a few hoes or slamming a few Cadillac doors.
Nobody want to fucking play with you.
Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, Mr. Louis Farrakhan, the brother with
George Jackson,
H. Rap Brown. Them brothers was UEP. Them brothers.
They said a white man wrote that "I Had a Dream" speech.
It's a possibility, Boogie. It's a possibility, but my overall point is that one of the reasons why, and we talked about the structure and the mindset. One of the reasons that it is going to be hard is because some motherfuckers have grown accustomed to living in poverty. Some of us have grown accustomed to seeing crack and heroin being sold outside their door. Some of us have grown comfortable, or they have grown accepting of the gangs and all the other shit that we do, right? We've grown accustomed to women with the ass out, titties out. And then nigga holler about you, nigga that raped you, right? Then some women, you can't, I don't care what I got on, because I got my ass and titties out, things that make men naturally attracted to me. nipples showing ass out. So what? I still walk around butt ass nigga, and you have some schools of thought and say, hey, listen, sister, you're living in a jungle. You're living amongst men who were not raised by fathers, not raised by men who were not raised by men. So a lot of these men that you see might be 25, 26, 30, 34, 40 even. They're males, but they're not men psychologically. So when you put yourself in a situation where you're exposing yourself in that way, and you already know that you walk around with a bunch of vampire werewolf ass niggas, then what do you expect to happen to you except you get raped or molested? You gotta safeguard yourself. Oh, I can wear what I want. Where I want my ass out, my left cheek out, my nipple. I want my right nipple, my left ass cheek out. That's cool, baby girl. You got a whole generation or two of black men who were not raised to respect women, to respect the sanctity of womanhood. So when you walking around with your ass out, and it's basically an open invitation for a sexual offender ass nigga. So you got to be careful about. You can't put yourself in harm's way and then cry foul. Black people, you can't put yourself in harm's way and then look for white people to come save you or a politician to come save you. You cannot legislate crime out of society. It has to be the people in those particular society, in that pocket of society, in those pockets of society who say enough is enough, and we're going to band together, and we're going to implement a structure to try to push this shit out of here. And you have one of the components, somebody gonna die behind this shit because the criminals, the drug dealers, the robbers, they ain't just gonna fucking stop. They don't want to hear that pro-black shit. Most of these niggas are so far removed from understanding what as a community, how strong and how prosperous we can be. They ain't trying. All they know is what they know: dope, rob, kill, whatever. It's gonna be somebody gonna have to die. Somebody gonna die behind this shit. Period. So Ned Zeke and New Era hit them guns for a reason. In case a nigga do decide that the force and power of our words and our actions are not enough, we letting you niggas know that we're willing to take it to the next level if you try us. Because and the reason why the community supports Ned, Zeke, and all the other New Detroit area is because they're at least willing to put themselves on the front line. If it happens, it happens. God forbid that it does happen. But if it do happen, them guns are for the eventuality or
that's the structure. They got it for the structure.
It happening. So the guns are to reinforce the structure we put in play. The force, the power, the black men standing together, and then the community. So what I'm getting from both y'all, I think, right? We need the structure. We need the will power, the will to enforce the structure. We need the cooperation of the community overall to aid and assist, because they ain't just Ned Zeke by a New Era Detroit by itself.
The community come together. You got the community support.
I've been saying, and we all have been saying that y'all know, you got little boo boo with the switch in your house. You know you got your daughter a fast ass little hoe, and she fucking 55 nigga, and she fucking a 42 nigga. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
It all starts inside the home.
Yeah.
Right? As long as black people are overlooking a lot of shit that they do. Let me bring up an example. Baby doll is a mama. How many times have we heard her say to her almost grown son? No, you ain't, nigga. Mm-hmm. And if you think you is, let that door hit you in the backside. While you in this motherfucker, you gonna go to school, you gonna get a job, you gonna do blah, blah, blah. There are a lot of black mothers, a lot of black fathers, grandmothers, aunties who just letting their kid just do anything.
Sympathy love. They give them sympathy love. It's sympathy love.
I'm not saying y'all son is a bad person. I'm just simply saying we didn't heard her check it and stand on it.
Being a parent.
A lot of parents are so busy smoking weed, trying to go to sloppy crab and hide away and
do what they want.
right? The kids raising themselves. You know why?
Look up, they got 10 guns under the bed.
Because a lot of these, let me tell you something, right? Here's a symptom. Speaking of symptoms, cause and effect, baby doll. A lot of black women, a lot of black people, men and women, are having kids at such a young age that they feel like they've been robbed of their youth. And so while they are supposed to be raising their kids, they out at the club. Right now, you can see a mama, 42, and her 24-year-old daughter is in the same club as her, compete for the same no good nigga. Mama, why are you in the club with this? You ain't supposed to be in no club with your mama, bro.
No,
For real.
No morals, values, or principles.
Both y'all got drinking blood water to get coochie cutters on.
You know what we call that? They
A
go to kitten. No, they go to kitten. Here come the cougar. They in the same fucking spot. That nigga get a kitten and a cougar same night.
Bro, listen. In the black community, it ain't nothing to fuck a mama and the daughter back to back. It ain't nothing because the mama still want to be young. When a young nigga give her any attention, she gonna give him that pussy. Don't let him have no money. And then the young motherfucker, the young bitch, want the nigga with the money. So it ain't nothing, bro. The niggas, mamas and daughters are getting fucked by the same niggas in the black community.
That shit is embarrassing. That shit is sad.
Man, black women, right? Listen, this ain't no black women thing, but black women, they are really men in women's bodies nowadays. Do you know how many niggas that I know who have fucked a mama and a sister? The mama 42. I mean, the mama and the daughter, mama 42, right? The daughter 20 or 22, 20 years. That ain't shit. Because most black women having kids at 14, 15. So by the time if she got a kid at 15, you get 30, your daughter 15. You get 35, your daughter 23. Popping that puss. So my thing is, I think both of y'all are right. Just we hammering out the details right now. We're coming up with the plan right now. The structure has been put in place. The force and power to back up and buttress the structure has to be in place. And then the community as a whole, we all got to work together.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen, if one of those components break down,
We in trouble.
we in trouble. And you got to have the heart and the intestinal fortitude to put that shit in play.
I swear, I wish the Black Panthers was there. I'd be one of the Black Panthers.
Black Panthers still around. What are you talking about? You wish.
Not in full effect like they used
The
to
new
be.
Panthers in full effect.
But I think Juice, they don't have the same presence as they had in the 60s and 70s.
No, they ain't worldwide like they was.
Yeah,
That's the type of presence I'm talking
So
about.
a new era Detroit would be the modern day
Black Panther.
the Black Liberation Army of the Panther Party. You know what I'm saying? That would be the equivalent. And there's not enough of them to go around. Back in the 60s and 70s, you saw Panthers moving around and doing shit. So it was there. Yeah. So let's go back to what we went off. We just spent an hour on that. Let's go back to our review of Anton.
He done got off the hook on us.
We back on your ass, Anton. Let's go.
A talking point that is often used online about what Charlie Kirk said about empathy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at the full video, and this is why you can't take clips alone, you got to look at the full context. He said, I don't believe in empathy, but I will replace it with sympathy. That's the actual quote of what he said. That was the full context. So liberals, Democrats, they take that and they run with it because they chop it up in order to try to validate their point.
So listen, one of the things that Anton did, he did quite often, is that he reduced the argument, or he reduced the discussion, or he tried to reduce it back to a talking point. He's a person who always tries to point out that liberals are just parroting talking points from the liberal establishment, from the liberal elite, and trickling it down. You accusing people of not having an opinion about something that affects them. And then at the same time, you're saying that, I mean, that's a mighty accusation, Anton, that everything a motherfucker thinks about a particular subject is a talking point for somebody. Man, niggas ain't got no motherfucker. Oh, so he's saying that we mindless drones. He's basically saying niggas ain't getting no talking points from no motherfucking in Washington, D.C. or Lansing. Niggas ain't getting no talking points from no motherfucking city council or the mayor's office. But I get your point. You're saying that people are mindless drones who are just listening on TV or on radio or on internet, things that appear to be fair seeming to them. And then they're just repeating them without doing the research themselves. I get you. I'm going to answer the question for you, Anton. But just because I'm in agreement with somebody who says something that has a voice, or just because I'm in agreement with a dominant thought process, doesn't mean that I haven't examined it for myself and then concluded that what they're saying sounds right. Just like what he's saying. Are we to assume that everything you're saying is a conservative talking point that has been handed down because you're not in politics? He's reducing everything to Democrat versus Republican, conservative versus liberal. Hey, listen, let's go right to the Charlie Kirk thing. The sentiment towards Charlie Kirk by black people, that sentiment was not born out of a liberal think tank. The sentiment that the majority of black people have about him, how they feel about Charlie Kirk, that sentiment was not manufactured in some liberal boardroom or some liberal conference room. How we feel about Charlie Kirk, for the most part, is all about what we heard him say over and over and over and over again, how he used black people and the condition of black people as a weapon against us and as a selling point to endorse all the shit he was saying in front of mostly all white crowds. How we feel about Charlie Kirk is based on the fact that he said, and I ain't got to get into this because we grown here. What did Charlie Kirk say about Martin Luther King? What did Charlie Kirk say about Trayvon Martin? What did Charlie Kirk say about George Floyd? What did Charlie Kirk say about Beyonce? What did he say about affirmative action? Let's stop right there for a second. Affirmative action was a necessary evil. Anton, it was a necessary policy because white people used their power and influence to prevent black people from obtaining jobs, certain levels of education, certain educational institutions. White people use their power to take shit or to keep shit from black people solely based on the color of their skin. White supremacy is a real thing. White people using their power and influence against black people to stop them from accomplishing certain things in this society is a real motherfucking thing.
Yes.
Talk to me.
And that's what I was just saying. It is designed to make black people the world as they are designing shit to make black people feel. It's like I say, I'm not taking from our culture that we do have some messed up black people. Yeah, we do. But the ones that's not, it's still hard for them to even succeed and be the best they can be because it's designed for us to fail. So, like I say, they take black people and put us all in one bunch. And one bunch is as the people that, like I say, every culture has a messed up Chinese, messed up black, white person, messed up black. But when it comes to our culture, they don't divide us. They put us, the successfuls, still in the pit with the messed up black ones. They still treat life for us as if we're not, it's designed for us to fail. That's just, it is.
Okay, so let's keep going.
And this is how they manipulate the community. Continue. If you look at everything Democratic, because we often at times expect people to automatically vote blue and vote Democrat regardless of where they come from, what their socioeconomic status is. If you Black, you vote Democrat, right? Black women voted Democrat at a 92% clip. Black men, 78%. We don't even ask ourselves why. Ain't none of what they do aligning with our culture. If you can find me one clip, one entire live stream in its full context, where Charlie Kirk went off against Black people, when he like I'll give you another example. A lot of people like to take the talking point of what he said about the pilot situation. Mm-hmm. If I see a Black woman as a pilot on American Airlines, I'm automatically going to start to question. Well, the reason why that was, he wasn't talking about Black people specifically. He was talking about American Airlines having a program to where they started to push out people that was qualified for the job, but instead they started to recruit just based off of Blackness and the fact that you're a woman. So the majority of things that you can use for diversity, equity, and inclusion was one of the reasons why American Airlines started to recruit pilots, and then they had a problem with one of their planes, and it just so happened to be one of us to be at the helm of it. So what he was using as a talking point is, you can't by default trust American Airlines because they're qualifying people based off of their looks and their gender, not necessarily whether or not they're the best for the plane.
So listen, here's what I have. We ain't finna play all that shit. We ain't finna play all of what Charlie Kirk said because we heard what he said. In the conversation, he had multiple conversations where he explained what he meant by the whole airline thing in the DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. What he said. So listen, we're moving so far away from when we deal with Charlie Kirk. We're moving so far away from the rhetoric that he used. Oh, ignore that. Ignore how he's saying and just absorb the message. Hey, Anton, the message, the continuous bombardment, the pointing out how unintelligent, how violent, how aggressive, how unaware, how unaccomplished Black people are. That shit takes a toll. And then it is a natural instinct of a human being without having any political affiliation whatsoever. Because you keep on talking about liberal and conservative, Democrat versus Republican and all that other shit. Hey, listen, Black people formed their opinion about Charlie Kirk because of what he said about George Floyd. Basically saying he deserved to die. He all but said George Zimmerman was right.
Even after the police told him.
But this the whole thing.
What? But still stood with it because Kirk is racist. It's just call a spade a spade.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you what's going on here. You have a white guy at 31 years old who shaped and honed his style of speaking specifically to use words and to use information to drive points home about different vestiges of this country. He used words and statistics and the power of speech to overpower and or to make people who had an opposing view to him look like they know what they was talking about. He tried to dismiss the racial undertones of what he was saying. He would have never said what he said about Black people over and over again to Jews. Never. Insulting white people, pointing out what white people did wrong. The world don't give a fuck about that. He can get off with that without no problem. White people ain't gonna give a fuck about that, except in Utah. He would have never pointed out all the negative shit about Jews or Israelis. He would have never continuously did that. You know why? Because they would have labeled him an anti-fucking Semite. And they would have canceled his motherfucking ass. But black people, it's easy to go with us. You know why? Because so many black people ignore the fact that, hey, listen, even if we do have a problem, it's called airing your dirty laundry in public. Now I know that we air some of the dirtiest aspects of ourselves in public with the music, the fashion, how we dress. But listen, man, I'm never going to take the side of somebody who I know is not a white person. Let's keep it G. I'm never going to let a white person turn me into a tool to be used against my own kind. I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to do that. And that is what Charlie Kirk was able to do with the flowery language, the speech, and then Anton Daniels. You keep on referring to Democrat versus Republican, liberal talking points. You already said black people are not even politically astute. So where the fuck we get this liberal concept about how we're looking at this shit from? Oh, we're just watching TV. We're mindless chattel. We're just watching TV and watching YouTube and whatever is easier for us to digest. We were repeating whatever the easiest thing for us to digest, and we're embracing the easy way out.
But I want to know why Anton accept this so much and so willingly, like what Charlie Kirk was saying was helping our people. You feel me? He from the outside looking in, and he was only 31 years old. He can understand our struggle, for one. But how you as an African American accepting this, like we supposed to looked up to him for down talking us. He picked our race to down talk. He wasn't uplifting us, and he didn't have no solutions to help change. He wasn't trying to help the black people. You feel me? All those speeches he did, where did he help the black people at? Since he knew what was going on with us and what we should be doing. Where was his help at then? You feel me? Since Anton Daniels speaking up for him, you feel me?
This Anton Daniels is a true definition of self-hate. He hates the color of his own skin. He can't stand blacks because he probably been through his most traumatizing parts of his life was with black people. That's what it is. And white people probably treated him nice, and he probably, yeah.
But that's still no excuse, like Dollface said, for him to be a poster boy for going against his own people. The thing is, no matter if he felt he was right with what he was saying, how you being as smart and educated as you are, accept what he was saying as a gift when he didn't come bearing no gifts or no solutions for the problem he was saying we was having. You feel me? So why was you so keen in on that? You know what I'm saying? Why you mad that black people was upset with him? How you mad that black people didn't like him? That's what I didn't get. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker don't have to like who you like. We got that right. So why did he want to voice his opinion and talk down on our people for speaking up against this white boy?
That's because he's a content creator. Everything that he do is strategized. Anton know exactly what he's doing. I really truly don't even think he really agree with this white boy. I just feel like that was just
Watch this.
Content.
Watch this.
Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our land! Fuck you all! Fuck you all! White man! Fight back! White man! Fight back!
I guess Anton Daniels ain't seen none of this.
He's seen that.
With population of non-white, non-Chinese population.
This is what Boogie was talking about.
Every time you go somewhere as a family unit with your wife and your children, you're surrounded by people that look nothing like you.
Wait a minute, this motherfucker said.
Heard that?
He said every time you go somewhere as a white family with
surrounded with people that look nothing like you. So that go back to when I was asking him that question. What do you think about that? Because one thing I learned about white supremacists and racist people is they rally for their own. It could be another group of white people that like black people, and if they know that, they call them nigger lovers, and they don't deal with them. So if he was an ounce, if Kirk was an had an ounce of love for black people and was trying to help, they wouldn't rally around him.
No, they would.
See what I'm saying? Because white people are for white people.
So why Anton Daniels rallying around?
Hey, you hear what he said? Whites fight back. White supremacy is real. And they not dealing with it all the time.
No, but we ain't even speaking on white supremacy. We trying to target what's up with Anton Daniels speaking up for this motherfucker, racist motherfucker. That's what we on. We don't want to keep diverting from what we talk, because we did that for over an hour. We want to get at Anton about being a hunky lover. You feel me?
Oh, I wasn't gonna divert.
Because he went at us, you know, and I'm not on no racist stuff. I got white people in my family, all that. But he went at black people saying they was wrong and ignorant for taking joy in the old boy dying. I didn't take no joy in him dying, but I didn't give a fuck if he lived either.
Listen, I'm going. Hey, listen, watch this. Wano World said, "Do you not agree with any of Charlie's points at all? I don't like the dude, but I went to check him out, and he got some points."
His points wasn't shit. The shit he was saying, we already know that shit about our own people. So him saying that he ain't put us up on no motherfucking game by saying the shit he said about black people. You feel me? So what the fuck you mean his points? Don't want no motherfucking
no. They keep talking about his fucking points. What about his solutions?
He ain't have one.
He had no solutions. At the end of the day,
he just was talking shit about. He was talking shit about black people being disrespectful, and being racist.
Exactly.
So how the fuck did he feel that's a good point? But I would expect that.
Ain't
from
no fucking points and nobody trying to put. What about good points is saying the good things about black people, our accomplishments, not our failures. And if you are going to speak on our failures, come with some solutions behind how we can make these failures better. That man ain't come with no fucking solutions.
But he ain't come with. He targeted us to throw us under the motherfucking bus. Yeah, he didn't come with nothing good for black people.
So say all the problems in the world is because of
and
black
like Boogie said, he was trying to be accepted by the white supremacy. He was trying to earn his stripes and being a leader for the white supremacy. That's what he was doing. It wasn't to help us.
He used his platform that these racist people was behind. He used that platform to bash us.
Hey, look at this. Why don't say it seems he thinks fathers being home would make a difference.
Stop even giving this clown even relevancy on our page. Block that nigga. He just want to be on the show bad, saying any motherfucking thing. And he a content creator.
He think fathers not being at home will make it. With fathers being fathers.
I know with both. I know niggas would have both parents and they still was on gangster shit. It's the community. It started with the structure in our community. It don't just start with a father being in the household. That don't mean nothing.
So listen.
He must be an anti-Daniels lover.
Now I wanna bring him on here for a second.
No, he want to get on the show. That's what he trying to do.
Y'all want to bring him on the show for a second?
We need somebody to take our anger out on.
No. So watch this. Hey, Wino's World.
Drop the link. He got something to say.
No.
Oh, he talking?
Hey, Wino's World. Let me explain something to you about the world. In the world that we live in, there are those who look at us as if we are inferior to them. And they presuppose that our inferiority starts with the color of our skin, and that is matched by our inability to formulate cohesive thoughts. There are people who disguise their racial intent with what they're saying. We're trying to point out the obvious as if it is profound. There are people who use their language and they use their influence to point out. So, Wano, hey, listen, there's a thing called dog whistling. White America knows dog whistling better than anybody on the face of this planet. There are, from a historical standpoint, white people have used language and code language to try to put us down and to try to say that we are not try to, but they've used code language to dog whistle. A dog whistle is something that only dogs can hear. It's not perceptible to the human ear. So white people have a dog whistling technique that when they say certain things, other white people and people who have white minds, they can hear it. And they use that to build a frame of thought about a people who are not them. And it's normally the most negative aspects about a particular group of people, Wano. So when you say that, oh, I heard some of his points, some of the shit he had to say because it was just evident. But when he says that Martin Luther King, when he said that George Floyd deserved to die, basically, he laughed at it and he mocked his death. When he said that George Zimmerman was a fucking hero and that Trayvon Martin deserved to die.
Oh, we was doing better when we was in slavery. He said black people was better off when they was in slavery.
He said black people were better off in the Jim Crow South. You know why? We were better off in the Jim Crow South. Black people as a whole were better off when we were living in fear of being murdered. So he's saying that
we're being treated like animals.
Oh. Hey, Wano. He said that black people were better off living in the same period of time in this country where Emmett Till was beat to death and shot and thrown in a motherfucking lake because a lying-ass white bitch lied on that little boy and said that he whistled at her. He said that we were better off. We were more productive living in an environment where we feared for our fucking lives. Are you listening to Wano? You are not qualified to even comment on the YouTube streets, brother. But because we are fair and impartial, I read your question because it seemed like you were trying to be heard. So that's why I put your comments and highlighted your comments. But when you have a person who says that George Floyd deserved to die, black people were better off when we were in the Jim Crow South, we were being hung by the thousands,
working for free,
sharecropping,
women being raped.
So listen, are we saying that every word that came out of his mouth was racist? No. Are we saying that the heart of what he said, the main ingredient of what he was cooking, was based on racial insensitivity? That's what the fuck we saying. And we also are saying, right? We can round this out right now. We are also saying that he said so many negative things about black people that black people would be a fool to take into consideration anything that he said about our struggle,
any point,
or any points. He's disqualified from having an opinion about us. I'm not even putting that comment up, brother.
Cook, dog, he cooked.
But he is disqualified from having an opinion on us because we have determined that the intent behind what he was saying and what he meant when he criticized us as a people was ill. There was no love. There was no real objectivity. When he said something positive, it was only because he was really boxed in and didn't have a fucking point. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about here.
Roll the clip.
Keep cooking.
Let me give you an example, Wano. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere.
Here, so he could be like intent.
Get reparations. I believe they could. Why should we generalize and say reparations for black people?
Because there are people that are in a worse place because their family was brought here as slaves.
So over 150 years, they didn't have any ability to make better decisions, to save money, and to invest. It was such a big deal.
Are you blaming a person for being stuck in
Yes.
indentured servitude?
How did the Jews get so wealthy post-Holocaust? How did the Jews get so wealthy? How did the Asians get so wealthy?
Reparations. The answer is reparations. The Jews that came here as refugees from Europe during World War II, believe it or not, even though they weren't American citizens, received reparations to help them out. That's why their descendants are so wealthy today. The Japanese Americans that were interned during World War II also received reparations. That's why their descendants are so wealthy today.
See, but they were just taking what Kirk said for face value and not researching what he said. You feel me? And that's why I'm still saying, how do any like you just cooked to say it, how can any brother with speak for this motherfucker saying he had any good points with all the negative shit? His whole message was for some hate shit. You feel me?
His whole intent. His
intent. That's the word I was looking for. His whole intention was to destroy the black race.
Watch this.
He talked about other people too, but mainly blacks.
For those of you who don't know,
We're a country of immigrants. See,
No, we're not. No. We're a country of settlers, not of immigrants.
Okay.
That's a big distinction. Let me tell you the difference. Settlers are people that build a new country that was barren. Immigrants come to a country already built.
Settlers are people who build a country that was barren. The United States of America, it wasn't barren, nor was it unpopulated.
The people who built this country, they went west to an unconquered, barren country and built a new society. Immigrants helped enrich it. They helped grow it upon that. But the foundation of America were settlers, not immigrants.
it wasn't just institutes for Black people. There were also institutes for Native Americans, too. One of them, not the only one, but one of them being the Carlisle Industrial Indian School. And this one, believe it or not, actually still exists today. They have a website. If you have a computer, you can look them up. Their philosophy is a little bit different, but it is essentially a vocational training school for Native Americans, the same as it was back then. And one of their leading mottos, I don't think this is their motto today, but if someone wants to fact check me on this, kill the Indian, save the man. What do you think that means? Yeah, being Native American with being inhuman, or something to civilize. It's something to force assimilation in a way, as Rona said. And so again, these institutes, that's their philosophy, that's their approach, is it's not just that you're learning vocational skills, but that you're also learning how to conform to white supremacy too.
Europeans who are white came to West Africa.
Right.
They saw West Africans. They said, okay, these people are less advanced and this must be fundamental to what they are. They're just a different class of humans, right? And they're inherently worse in all sorts of ways. That was the European mindset.
Got it.
Now, fast forward hundreds of years later, I think what's happening is actually kind of a reversal, where now there's people who are saying, oh, white people are inherently worse in some way. But true. Instead of it being technologically worse or civilizationally worse, it's morally
worse.
White people, I am not here to make you feel guilty or shame or responsibility for any of the fucked up history that your ancestors may or may not have been a part of. I don't personally think that you're responsible for any of the things we're going to talk about in this class. We're going to be learning about whiteness. We're going to be learning about white rage, white supremacy, these kinds of things. Yes, very controversial. Yes, very sensitive topics. but it's not my goal to make you feel persecuted when I'm talking about these things.
So my question here is, why do we as a people, all of a sudden, why the fuck do we gotta pussyfoot around with white people? We point out all the devilish shit they did. White people are all of a sudden sensitive. We ain't the ones that's sensitive, Anton. It's white people who don't want to accept the historical role in the death and destruction of every white people have raped, pillaged, which means robbed. They raped, robbed, enslaved, and sought to destroy every people they came in contact with in civilization. Oh, I say raped, robbed, destroyed, annihilated. Did I say raped? Raped, robbed, enslaved,
pillaged the village,
which is robbed, or tried to annihilate, cleanse the earth with people. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. You're blaming what? Hey, listen. Hey, white people. Oh, hey, we ain't do that. That was 150 years ago. You don't think, hey, listen. Ain't no German right now. Ain't no Italian right now who's responsible for what Adolf Hitler the Third Reich did. But Jews are still saying, the Israelis are still saying, never again. Why? That slogan is never again. And they mean that shit from the bottom of their motherfucking feet to the top of their head. Never again. We're always asked to remember the Holocaust and how vile and how atrocious it was. We always asked to examine or to appreciate the negative things that happen to other people. But when it comes to us, stop talking about that shit. What about it? So what? What next?
Get over it.
Get over it. Look at what y'all doing to each other.
That happened 150 years ago. No, it's still happening to today. That's what they fail to realize. Slavery was not abolished. They put some structure around slavery. That's all they did. You feel me?
So if you looked at the whole context of the conversation, he wasn't racist against it. What he was saying is that everything should be merit-based, and it shouldn't be based off of your or it should be based off of your color.
Stop right there. But he also said, Mr. Daniels, he also said that when he walks onto an airplane and take his seat, when he look up front, now, so because most people can't see the pilot, you got to be sitting in first class or at least in comfort if you fly Delta, right? Like I do. Since he accused me of being a capitalist, right? An elitist, I ain't sitting back in no motherfucking plane. It ain't gonna happen. I don't give a fuck what it is. I ain't going back there with them regular smelly people. Just me, right? Hey, he said that when he sees somebody black, that his first thought, maybe that black person didn't get there because of DEI, which is what he's saying the spinoff of affirmative action is. Maybe that black person came out of the Air Force or the Navy Flying Academy, Naval Flying Academy, like my brother did. Maybe that person put himself through aviation school. Just maybe. You do realize that Detroit, you ain't from Detroit, dog face, but you do know when I first came down here in 1986 and I stayed at Davis Aeronautics on the east side of Detroit was a high school dedicated to what, Juice?
What school? What school?
Davis.
Oh, Davis. That That was a tech school.
It was a
Vortex
school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Davis Aeronautics was a school that was designed to train young black pilots.
Right. That was the
Men and
Vortex.
women. It was a vocational Vortex school aimed at aviation.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Damn, I forgot about that school, man. You brought that.
I ain't from Detroit though, so I don't know nothing about it.
Right. You had to be from Detroit to know about that. I forgot about Votech. You feel
I ain't. When I moved out here, Davis on the east side.
Right. You feel me? And a lot of people don't know about that Votech. That's what it was. I was trying to get in. That's why when you said it, I knew.
Hey, listen. Charlie Kirk said when he sees a black pilot, the first thing he thinks
is he qualified?
Is he qualified? Did he get here through the DEI? DEI, yeah. Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Program through some vestige of affirmative action. He didn't say he looked at him. First of all, when I see a pilot, bro, I just see some pilots that look old and raggedy, whole face red. I just know they had something to drink.
For real.
I seen women pilots. I sit at the front of the goddamn airplane. Ask anybody. My Delta app will tell you. I got Delta.
Members only.
I'm a Sky Club member.
The back of the plane don't stink. That's some racist shit you said.
I don't give a fuck. I ain't gonna bet the most stinking ass niggas back there. I ain't going.
Do not stink back there.
They do.
What's wrong with you?
They do. They stink. They don't smell good. Well, they don't stink. They just don't smell good, right?
Nigga, I'm back there. What's wrong?
I ain't going back there with you. See, hey, you see that? You see, let me see.
Who's going back there?
See, and then the Delta app, right? And when I go to the airport, the only time I sit with some niggas is because I can't take all the niggas with me in the Sky Club. This bitch right here get you. Not the American Express Gold don't get you there. You gotta have an American Express Platinum or the black card to get you in the Sky Club. By the way, I got American Express, Wells Fargo. I be having something. My point is that he said that when he sees a black person, the first thought is, are they qualified? I would assume that when I see a pilot, period, they're qualified. Least the company that hired them would not put them in charge of 100, 150, 200 people's lives. I would assume that to be. And that smacks of a contradiction. Charlie Kirk said, when he sees a black person, first thing he thinking is they qualified. You ain't judging them by the character of their content, the content of their character. You know why? Because you don't know their character. You don't even know them. How many times have you had a conversation with a pilot on the airplane? Not many. The majority of the motherfuckers on the plane ain't nowhere near the pilot. The pilot ain't coming out walking up and down the goddamn plane saying, hey to everybody. The most people come out and go to the bathroom and go back in the goddamn cockpit. What are you talking about? Okay, so let me respond to that, brother. And once again, before I go into my diatribe, I want to thank you for coming on the show. Right? When you look at Charlie Kirk, and when you look at the things that he said, if we're being specific, and I'm going to call him out. Charlie Kirk said his entire and I'm emotional about this, but I'm just trying to put this aside. His entire spiel, he utilized words to isolate and to bring up some of the most obvious issues within the black race. he pointed out some of the things that it didn't take a rocket scientist to understand were issues inside of our community. And he harped on them. And he turned those points into dog whistle fodder. Mm-hmm. He played into the racist attitude and the racist concepts that people outside of our culture have about us. When he spoke about Beyonce and her music being terrible, when he made reference to black pilots, and I heard what he said, he spoke about it more than just once. When he said, he made a point of trying to emphasize the part that it was all DIE, it was all basically affirmative action. And when he got on the airplane and he saw a black pilot, the first thing, a black pilot, he said more, he talked about it more than once. I heard him say that, and he said it in a jokingly offensive manner. He said, when I get on the airplane, I see a black pilot, I automatically start thinking, what are your credentials? How did you get here? Were you a DIE? Were you an affirmative action candidate? Are you actually qualified? As if the airlines, whose job it is, they're in the business of transporting people through the air, would somehow put the credibility or the safety of their company or the safety of their passengers at risk by hiring somebody solely based on the color of their skin because they were black. And when he talked about, when he said that when he says, when I see somebody black, I automatically start thinking this and that. And I think about Martin Luther King. And Martin Luther King said, and I'm not going to quote here, but he said, I'm looking forward to the day when black people are judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. Let me start right there. That right there, in my mind, it really exposes the heart of this whole thing. When I see black people in a pilot's uniform, I start thinking. You start thinking what, Mr. Kirk? I don't know about this one. I might need to catch the next flight. Because that boy can't possibly be qualified. That boy.
But a drunk white old man could come through and he wouldn't question.
He'll look down and go right back on his goddamn computer. That right there is the quintessential point that really sums up all of this bullshit. Talk to me, man. Are you serious? Black people, you don't have to come to the white man's defense. He don't need you to do it. He didn't ask you to do it.
Talk to him.
He don't need you to express what he's trying to say because he's saying it for the whole world to hear and he's unapologetic about it. What the fuck is wrong with you niggas? He don't need you to explain away the racial undertones of the shit he's saying, you ignorant ass motherfucking niggas.
Let your computer compute.
What Charlie Kirk was proposing time and time again is that he was judging people based on a political process or based on a diversified process aimed to make the playground fair.
That's not what the aim was, Dogface.
But here's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta look at his presentation. His presentation was extremely aggressive, extremely offensive. When you spoke about
Dogface, how you way more offensive and aggressive than he is.
Man, you don't never ever hear me saying Jew this, Jew that.
He deflected from that. He didn't answer that. He ran from that question.
That nigga deflected like Captain America with the shield.
He did.
That nigga was like this. That nigga That nigga hit me. What
nigga,
the
I'm
fuck
offensive
are you talking about?
To a specific person at a specific time.
Look at Chief just said. Chief right. Look what Chief just said. That's what that was about. We being heard. You feel me?
Yeah. I agree.
We reviewing this. Are you serious?
Oh, absolutely.
I want to tell you.
Okay, so you not no joke.
No, brother. I want it coming from you. That,
and I am too.
That is a compliment. Listen.
Right. So when did we as men start mincing our words?
We'll just finish this point.
Okay,
I'm not going to. So my thing is that Charlie Kirk, he made a living. He rose to the level of fame that he had by pointing out everything that was wrong about Black people in Pacific, right?
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Let me just get this off, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna
write down some stuff you said.
Yeah, let me get my opinion too. God damn it, I ain't got no secretary around here. But listen, when he talked about Beyonce's music, talked about Martin Luther King, what he said about George Zimmerman, racist motherfucking ass, what he said about Trayvon Martin, the excuse to justification, right? What he said about George Floyd and how he spoke about George Floyd's murder at the hand of law enforcement in the great state of Minnesota. George Floyd, what he said about him. You cannot expect Black people to listen to what he said when you look at how Black people as a whole feel about how we're treated by law enforcement all over the world, but specifically in this country. He knew that was a hot button issue. He attacked that issue with vigor. He attacked it with no sympathy or empathy for the people who were more primarily affected by George Floyd's death. What y'all think about that?
I think you was right. The only thing you left out of there was dude was really just a whole race-bait type of person. He wake up just to say offensive shit about Black people. Shit we already know, but his intent, his delivery, and for the people who just like he not racist, you fucking computer got a virus. How you don't see this shit? You can hear it. What you call it? Dog face, dog whistling.
But the thing is, who was he to point out anybody's faults? You feel me? Like he was walking around here perfect. You feel me? You just target one race of people. Every race of people got some things that they need to tighten up on. Not just us. It ain't us the only ones fucked up out here on this planet. You know what I'm saying? The things that his people did to other races and not just the Blacks. They done went over there. They bombed they bombed them boys over there in China. You know what I'm saying? They bombed them boys in Afghanistan. Come on. So how you just pointing out what we do? They done way more tragic things than we did. His people go to schools and kill multiple people. He could have been speaking on that. Why was he targeting our race if he wasn't racist? You feel me? Like we the only fucked up ones on this planet? Make that make sense.
Baby doll.
Everything y'all said, I done said already. I spoke on that.
When he attacked Beyonce, when he attacked the legacy of the Martin Luther King, when he talked about LeBron James, right? There are too many times where Charlie Kirk used what I call and what the whole world knows as dog whistling to speak to his base, which were mainly white Anglo-Saxon Christian men, aka MAGA supporters. He did too much of that for my liking, bro, without any real justification.
So the majority of what Charlie Kirk spoke towards, that's what you chose to hear, right? Because I have a hard time believing that any of y'all actually was understanding what Charlie Kirk was about before he passed away. And the reason
Why understand the motherfucker? We understood what he was saying. It was a clean cut. He didn't sugarcoat it. You feel me? So what hidden message was we supposed to? What hidden message was we supposed to be looking out of there positive for us out of the shit he was saying? Make that shit make sense, AD.
He the only one that's switching it up for him. He trying to make the shit sound nice, and you know.
If we was soft, we could take that shit offensive, but we don't. That was a shot.
That's
that was a whole ass shot too.
Y'all want to know my opinion about that?
Cook, dog.
I am a contrary to popular opinion or belief. I am a classically trained student of history, politics, and religion. I'm a published author. I'm a public speaker. I'm a critical thinker. I am disappointed in Anton Daniels because one of the things that stands out to me about him when he goes on his soliloquies, when he goes on his monologue outburst, is that he always says, he tries to inject politics into everything. Liberal versus conservative, Republican versus Democrat. Hey, Anton Daniels. The solution to the things that have the biggest effect and impact on Black people, it can't be found in either a liberal or a conservative think tank or conversation. The Republicans are people who have a conservative tinge to them. Brother, motherfuck the Democrats and the Republicans. Fuck all the bullshit. Fuck all the cute ass. Fuck the Republicans and the Democrats. You're accusing Black people of not having a genuine understanding of the difference between the conservative or and liberal outlook. We don't listen. Neither one of them motherfucking political parties or ideologies have been kind to us as a people.
Flat out.
I don't give a fuck about a Democratic or Republican president. I don't give a fuck about either one of them because I know that there's a force and power behind whoever's in office.
Tell them again.
That's what the fuck I understand. So when I live my life and my family and I have an impact or influence on anybody in my circle, right? I always tell my people, hey, don't matter who in office, you need to try to figure out a way to take advantage of whatever policy or procedure or whatever policy that is instituted, whatever loophole that may exist, you need to try to find it, nigga. Niggas can't afford to be in love with either political party because the entire concept of both political parties at its core, that shit ain't for us as a people. You can play in the political system, but I want you to understand, Black man, that ain't none of that shit for you.
Flat out.
You can try to make yourself seem more important than you are and try to make yourself seem more in tune with the political process than somebody else. You can try to play the I'm smarter than you game. But the fact of the matter is, ain't none of that shit for us. When we play in it with the understanding that we're trying to navigate our way through and take advantage of whatever we can take advantage of. But never, ever think for a millisecond, for a nanosecond, that them hunkies who are Republican or Democrat really give a fuck about you. They give a fuck about you to use you for your vote. That's it. Other than that, ain't none of that shit speaking to the justice that we seek or the remedies that we look forward to.
At all.
I don't know what's wrong with you niggas. And the fact that you're trying to allude to or trying to suggest that we are uninformed, misinformed, or just don't get it because we're not embracing the words of a motherfucker who has shown himself to be a fucking bigot. How dare you? And how dare people who look like you and sound like you, whether they're black, white, or whatever. How dare you accuse us of being so unintelligent and so unaware and so stupid to where we can't tell racism when we see it and hear it? Black people have an intimate relationship with racism, nigga, on the highest levels. We know racism when we see it, smell it, taste it, feel it. Our soul tells us. We don't need our mind. Our soul, our spirit, the spiritual essence of God manifested in our physical form tells us that shit ain't right. And because we have formulated a thought that we ain't fucking with a motherfucker because we believe a motherfucker, his language is more powerful than the gun.
Flat out.
Your ideology, your concepts, the things you communicate to masses of people, that shit is more powerful than the bullet.
Words create and destroy.
Yes, they do. All day, all motherfucking night. Since the beginning of the motherfucking time. How dare you try to make it seem as if we're so caught up in the whole liberal think tank or the whole liberal ideology and that we can't formulate a thought on our own without being spoon-fed some shit by the liberal side of the political spectrum. Black people don't give a fuck about liberal or conservative. We too busy trying to stay alive, sir.
And feed our family.
Reason why I say that is because the majority of y'all talking points that y'all had the last time that y'all live stream was all the same stuff that everybody else was just repeating that everybody else was saying.
Because Anton, we don't have to reinvent.
Wait, dog. First, I thought you said you was gonna let me get my shit off.
But I'm allow you. Pardon me for the interruption. Because what he gave the world, as it specifically, I'm talking about black people. I'm black. What he gave us was a bunch of
accountability.
Listen.
So much of accountability.
Listen. There's nobody who understands, because if you watch some of my content,
I watch all your shit.
I'm really heavy on gangs in Detroit. I'm really heavy on these so-called community activist groups who are waiting for somebody to come with some magic pill to deal with all the negative shit that happens in our black community. Listen, you can't legislate.
Which is why I'm surprised at you, dog face.
Why are you surprised?
I would think that you probably would be the leader at the forefront of actually championing the majority of the stuff that he would say.
Is he fucking dumb? I do not like this man. He was trolling like a motherfucker.
No, he really think like that. He wasn't trolling. That's how he think. Watch his stuff.
But listen, that is the beginning of the first troll point. I'm telling you right here. That is at 16:55. That was the first
jab.
We know that. We've already discussed this off camera. From that point forward, it was just all trolling. He had become disenchanted with talking to us because I think, my personal opinion, I think that he thought that we were going to turn that we were going to be on some nigga shit, cussing and fussing.
That's what he was looking for. That's what, like you said, that's what he wanted us to do, where he could clip that and put it on his show.
I think that he came into this thing with a preconceived notion of what he was going to get once he crossed the YouTube streets threshold. That's what the fuck I think. I believe that with every fiber of my being. That's what I think. Am I mad at him because of that? No, because he's a wordsmith. He's an orator. He's a controller of people, places, and things. He uses his power and influence he uses his power and influence for guess what? For power and influence.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm not surprised by that. What say you?
I knew. See, I watch his content, so I knew when he started trolling. I knew when he pretty much really didn't want to have no conversation. He didn't come for the questions. He just came because one, we on our way up, and two, it was things said about him. So he used the opportunity to get some subscribers over here, and shit, try to get a clip if he could, because he already know we wild over here.
I don't even think he had even watched it. I think one of his people had watched it and got him to chime in like all the disrespect they heard about him. You feel me? I don't think he be watching our shows and all that like that because he feel we a little podcast. We beneath him. He done made them statements on his shows prior. You feel that he don't watch entertain smaller platforms. Put it that way. That's what he said. Something to that he don't entertain smaller platforms.
Well, he sure did entertain her. So
because we not small though. You feel me? We not small. And he know that we being heard. So when we spoke on him,
we're small in subscribership, but we are mighty in getting people's attention, which is how we got his attention. All right. And I don't want this is not an Anton Daniels thing. This is just a review. Because our subscribers asked us for this. Which is why we're doing it, because we wasn't gonna do no review. Swear to God, we was gonna talk about Lil Meech.
That's what we was on.
We was gonna talk about Lil Meech and finesse 2 times again. A frivolous, ridiculous ass conversation, but you know, some of our subscribers want the ridiculous. You know how they say that we gravitate towards all the negative shit. Our culture is all negative. You know?
Our culture. Our culture.
Our culture all fucked up. So you know how we do. We gravitate towards the bullshit. All right, let's go. Let's pop off. Well, here's
I'm gonna be honest with you. You don't listen. The only reason, because ain't nobody really told you about yourself. Like I'm gonna tell you about yourself. Because see, I'm the type of nigga that's gonna just tell you the truth. The only reason, Dogface, that you are as far as continuing to celebrate the bullshit that's within the community while at the same time you straddle the line, Dogface. You hot sometimes, you cold sometimes. Sometimes I wonder if either you Republican or you Democrat, because you call out the bullshit but then continue to still support it by allowing for people to still stand in these spaces where they can be victims, when we know that most of the time the majority of this shit that we go through is self-inflicted wounds. Listen, the one thing about Charlie Kirk, and similar to myself, is that Charlie Kirk didn't dodge no smoke at all. He was willing to debate you. He was willing to meet. He was going college to campus. He was pulling up on people in real life. And the majority of who he spoke to wasn't even black people. It was liberal white women. It was liberal white women. That is the people that he held accountable the most.
Yeah.
And so the thing about it is that the thing about us is that when we called up, see, when somebody say something to me and they say, Anton, I don't fuck with you, you're wrong, and so on and so forth, I'll be like, all right, I feel you. You know what? I respect that because I got thick skin and I don't live in an echo chamber. I'm not looking for everybody to agree with me. I'm trying to figure out what the right thing is. So even me sitting here talking to you right now, I don't disagree with some of the stuff that you're saying. I actually am taking that in. I'm going to sit on it. I'm going to sleep on that shit and I'm going to consider it. But see, the thing about the most black people is if you're not massaging their ears and telling them what they want to hear, if you're not agreeing with them by default, they don't want to have a conversation. And that's the biggest problem. It wasn't that I agreed with 100% of what Charlie Kirk said, because I don't agree with 100% of what my own mother say, right? The problem is that, A, I don't advocate for nobody to die because they got their own opinion, regardless of whether I agree with them or not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to celebrate somebody's death, right? I would rather you be here and me be able to debate you or talk back and forth with you if I disagree with you than is celebrating your death, because now I don't have nobody to spar with. I don't have nobody to try to convince, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the second part is that we dodge accountability like the plague. If somebody say you fucked up, if somebody say, hey, listen, stop killing yourselves. If somebody say, hey, listen, because one of the biggest things that Charlie Kirk used to say about the Black community, and I'm surprised y'all ain't even mentioned this, is he would say, hey, listen, if y'all want to fix your community, the first thing you got to do is stop having single parent households.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't want to talk about none of the shit that he said that's actually hitting us, we want to feel like victims. Motherfuckers in the hood talk harder than us and say wilder shit about us than Charlie Kirk ever did, but we get offended at that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
But you said the right, thing, Anton. The thing is, look at the messenger and how he was delivering it. See, you missing that part. I understand what you said.
To be worried about what the messenger looked like.
No, this is what I'm saying. I understand. I understand what you're saying about listening to his whole message. But who put him in our shoes to be able to give us a message about what we should and shouldn't do?
Y'all not hearing this shit no matter what. I say it and y'all don't fuck. Listen, if I say it, y'all don't want to hear shit about me. Y'all don't want to kick it with me. The first thing that y'all said is, look at this.
So why would we want to hear it from him? That make sense.
You don't want to hear it from nobody.
So he wouldn't answer.
Let me say something,
He couldn't answer.
The reason why we don't, my thing is, it's a difference. It's a major difference of delivering a message. If you're just talking about all our fuck up is what's wrong with the Black community and you have no solution, that's a problem. You're being judgmental. Don't nobody want to hear a solution after the way he delivered. Like he says, most of the crime wasn't up until Black people started, and more Black people started coming.
So you're sensitive is basically what you're saying.
No, I don't
want to hear it.
What I'm saying is, a white motherfucker can't say shit about us because they ain't helping us.
You can say they can say whatever the fuck they want to say. You can say what you want. You can say what you want to them, and they can say what they want to you.
But when they was sad about it, you got a Black man backing him. You're a Black man.
I don't back people based off of the color of their skin. I back people whether or not I agree with them.
How dare you? To me, I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm not gonna change the way you think, and I'm gonna change the way I think. Okay. At the end of the day, it's bullshit. What you speak is bullshit. At the end of the day, I feel like you talking about Black people. Yeah, we need to be motivated. They stole our identity from day one. Everything that these people out here doing and getting rich and being successful, that's something Black people invented most of this shit. But at the end of the day, you're not giving us props. You going against us with this white man. I don't give a fuck if he was orange man. At the end of the day, where's the help? Black.
Listen. We the only culture of people that don't separate ourselves based off of the degenerate motherfuckers versus the people that's actually productive and doing what they supposed to do.
He didn't know what he was talking about there. Motherfuckers do separate they. Some motherfuckers with money be where they from, and niggas without money be where they from. Niggas with money ain't hanging in the hood. You feel me? Niggas they ain't just going around doing ignorant shit. They not running around here. You know what I'm saying? Most motherfuckers with money and intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Him and Charlie Kirk was categorizing all niggas as one. It's the same, like Baby Doll was saying. They try to make it like we all one. They want to separate. And then he avoided the question when I was saying, why would we want to hear that from him and he not from us? And then he's like, we wouldn't want to hear from him. Motherfucker, so you're right. If we don't want to hear from our own people talking to us like that, why the fuck we want to hear another race talking about us like that? You feel me? Make that shit make sense. How did he actually feel he was getting his point across? Because Kirk wasn't trying to get his point across. He was trying to get his point across to them people he was going to see, them young white kids, them young white women, like he was saying he was going to see white women and all that. Because he was trying to, that's where you start at the household. The woman is controlled of the household. So he was targeting them young white women to plant the seed of the racism so they could plant them seeds in their children. You feel me? So that's what Charlie Kirk was on. That's why he was targeting college kids who ain't found themselves yet, was in search. You know what I'm saying? He was planting the seeds. Charlie Kirk was going city to city, state to state, planting that evil seed.
Obviously, he was misinforming people, as we just seen in them clips. So,
Boogie, Chief, I believe that's Chief or Chafe, not sure. We do have to hold ourselves accountable. Can we address this specifically? Because we want to deal with it. Shout out to the Dog Pound chat. We fuck with y'all. You'll make a comment. We're gonna tune y'all in. If you want to come on the platform, we'll drop the link in the bio. In the chat. You can come on and join us and state your opinion out loud. This is an all-inclusive platform. It's not just about us talking. It's about us. We're gonna get through this shit now. So if you come on here, make your point and get the fuck on.
Y'all can't interact.
Know what I'm saying? Juice, Baby Doll, Boogie. We do have to hold ourselves accountable. Is there any serious black people who not no fucking morons and slow? Are there really any black people who don't understand that we got some fucked up shit about ourselves?
And drop the link, dog.
And then at the end of the day, they told of course the ones that are doing fucked up shit or making our culture look as bad as this, or making the white people stand on what they're saying, they do need to hold themselves accountable. True. But overall, it's not every black person. Again. So if Chief or Chef need to hold himself accountable, here's the platform to hold yourself accountable. Not everyone has to hold themselves accountable, and I feel like even with this white man, he need to hold himself accountable because he's a fucked up person. So at the end of the day, you need to be talking to Daniels and talking to the white.
There go the link, Joe. Tap in. No,
Yeah, hold yourself accountable, shit.
Kirk was held accountable. His people held him accountable. That's why they the ones that execute him. We ain't execute him. But they flipped the script like Boogie said, and they marching around, come up, white man fight back and all, like we the ones that killed Kirk. You feel me? He was killed by his own.
Let me ask you a question.
But in their head, they feel like he was killed by a nigga. He was killed by a nigga lover. So in their head, the nigga lover is still just as bad as the black man.
Whoa. Hold on, wait. Whoa. He from Utah. Ain't many niggas in Utah.
Only YB there.
No, listen to what I'm saying. They figuring
he ain't there no more.
They figuring, okay, this white man kills him. Okay, in their head, they would have thought it was a black man that did it.
I get your point. So listen, I generally get your point. I get it. So it's like, so what they're saying now, the conservative talking point. Speaking of talking points, see, Anton, we ain't really slow like you think we are. There are some conservative talking points now. One of them is that this young man who is alleged that he killed Charlie Kirk with a 30-yard six from 200 yards northeast with a downward wind at 0.63 degrees to the left, up and down.
And he had to check the precipitation. Okay, we do no
right.
More.
They said he was, I keep on forgetting this word, bro. I don't know how. They say this young man who comes from a conservative community, from a conservative house, a conservative neighborhood, conservative school, a conservative church, an ultra conservative Utah State College. His father is a retired military man and a member of law enforcement in the great state of Utah. He's a registered Republican. They said that he was radicalized by a tranny and that a tranny conditioned him and basically like the that shit, like what the nigga JFK, like the Jack Ruby ass nigga. They took him, beating, fed him some dick, and turned him into an assassin. Now y'all, listen, man, y'all putting a lot on trannies, man. Y'all say this nigga was
a psychopathic sissy and shit.
Right. They said that he was radicalized by a psychopathic sissy. Now what in the J. Edgar Hoover is this? What mind control is this? So now they're trying to say that trannies, not gay people, trannies.
So this transmission look like Miley Cyrus and act like Omar from The Wire. This is wild.
My question to you is this: if they had any, hey, Anton Daniels, if there was an iota of evidence, if there was a hint of proof to what you said and to what your conservative counterparts are trying to offer the American public, then why isn't this super tranny locked up?
Right.
This super tranny should only be locked up. He should be locked up in Montana somewhere with no mail, no phone call. Because if this motherfucker is that good, and assassin in the nigga, yeah, he should be the ABX. You say this nigga put dick and an assassin mind into a little. That tranny is dangerous.
Oh man.
That's the
wow,
most
boy.
That motherfucking transmission.
White people don't fuck with all white people. Asian people will separate themselves. I just got back from Japan last year, and it's a whole city that's dedicated to getting the motherfuckers out of here that's not doing the shit that they supposed to do. Why do I have to support everything that black people do?
Who said that?
Because I'm gonna tell you, I give out.
Who said that?
That's what I said. Who said that? No one asked you to support nothing. You want to go against the grain and support what white people do because this nigga got a childhood trauma. And Anton Davis need to go talk to somebody.
But see, the thing is, he lost the point of this conversation. Started the first conversation what brought him to the podcast, to our podcast started because he was speaking out against black people, cheering that this racist motherfucker got his noodles knocked. You feel me? Got his snot box rocked. You feel me?
Pause. What the nigga name in the Bronx? What the nigga name is?
Hassan.
Yeah, you go. Don't bring Hassan in this.
That's Doc Campbell.
What the nigga name in the Bronx? What the nigga name is?
That's what's up. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Welcome to YouTube Street, brother.
Thank you.
Move that at
Juice.
the bottom, doggy.
Juice baby, what's happening?
What's going on, homeboy? That's my man Joe Usher. That's the legendary Frank Usher's son, y'all.
Nephew.
Okay.
Yup, nephew. You know, I called in, man. I dig y'all platform. I dig what y'all got to say, and you know, we could talk, right? You know, keep it 100. We from Detroit, so you know, I just think the white boy was a piece of shit. You know, racist as hell. You know, like they say, you know, when you speak of things, you bring it into existence. You know, like the comment he made about gun control and as few people have to die. I just think it came back on him. Bottom line, you know, who is he to speak for us?
Right.
You know, amongst ourselves, and you all know this, I'm from Detroit East Side. We keep our business between us. We don't need no outsiders coming in, especially a white man coming in trying to preach to us about our situation, especially one that was born in 93. you dig? You know, I'm born in 70. You know, so I really didn't like him. I think he got a proper serve, like them boys yourself, Grashit. You dig? He got a proper serve. You know, he was talking that And it's funny that he's speaking on black gang violence, and boom, he get hit in the neck. Ain't that something?
Right.
You know.
Hey, Joe, let me ask you a question, brother.
Go ahead.
So black people's feet are being held to the fire because it is being suggested that even though there's an echo coming from somewhere, even though he said things that we didn't like.
Turn your TV off, Joe, if you watch it.
Turn it off. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. They're saying
okay,
that even though he said things that we didn't like or wasn't pleasant to our ear.
Or put yours on mute.
Who?
Joe, just mute your mic.
Okay, hold on.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna let you back on, Joe. I'm gonna turn it back on and ask you a question. They're saying that black people are not sympathetic and or empathetic to his family's loss, and that even though he said things or he took positions that were contrary to us in many respects, that we still, it looks like that we are celebrating this man's death and that we are wrong. We've lost our humanity and we have lost and we have lost our true state of consciousness, because despite the fact that he said things that we found offensive, we should not be celebrating or cheering for the fact that he was murdered. What say you?
I don't think black people are cheering. We ain't that type of people, you know. But you know, a spade is a spade. That's my opinion. Everybody of color know what he was. So, like Malcolm X said, you know, if you're getting raped and you resist, then that makes you the violent person, not the victim. You know, he spoke all this stuff and he spoke it into existence. Quran tells you, you know, the tongue is a beast. It needs to be tamed. It tells you that. Words are powerful. Y'all just said that, right? Words are powerful. What he was saying, he spoke it. And look what came to him.
It boomeranged back.
Immediately, because everybody know. This is what my grandmother told me, man. My family's from Belize, British Honduras, and Central America. My people are Creoles, right? This is what my grandmother told me. When she first came over here, she said, white men ain't shit and black people don't know their worth.
I agree with that. That's powerful and it's true.
You understand? Just like I asked everybody, have y'all seen the pictures of Jesus Christ that Putin let out? They had these pictures of Christ in the safe since the 10th century. Ain't nobody seen it. Why that brother black as hell with an afro? Y'all see that? Y'all see the pictures of Christ? Right.
But we knew that. We knew Jesus was black. It said in the Bible his head was made of wool.
But we know that. But for a white man to put it out, see, they don't believe nothing until white people say it. We say it, they don't believe it.
Well, we know that. So Putin is a destabilizing force, bro. But one thing I know about them is his ultimate goal is to throw the American dynamic into as much of a tailspin as possible. And so, of course, I'm going to let these motherfuckers know that the oldest known depiction of Jesus, who's black, he know that go at the heart of Anglo-Saxon Christian society.
Right.
These Americans talking about, hey, not only did y'all blow noses up the Sphinx, y'all whitewashed and made Jesus blonde hair and blue eyes.
Right.
Right now, even the Israelis want themselves to be Jewish.
Ain't Jews.
Blue eyes and Jesus was a Jew.
Yeah, they all converted. All the white Jews converted. All the white Jews now they converted.
Of course they did. They Ashkenazis,
you know what I'm saying?
Converted to Judaism, and therefore they consider themselves Israelis and not necessarily Jews by blood.
Man, I wanted to tell y'all something. Y'all, you was talking about Jews earlier, dog face, right? I read everything. I had my people was kind of well off, so I went to East Catholic on Gratiot. I had a Catholic education. One thing I got from it, I'm an avid reader. I read everything. So I was reading something one time that's kind of deep. So what made me go to it, I was reading about Jesse Owens. And he said that Hitler treated him good. They had him in the best hotels. He acknowledged him when he came back here. Roosevelt didn't even send him a telegram or nothing, right? Nothing. So I started reading about Hitler. So Hitler, when his generals, I think it was Eichmann or Himmler, asked him, why do the white people in America treat the Nubians like that? Hitler told him, he said, because they know they're the chosen people. And if they ever got out, everybody would line up against them and the United States will fall. This is the reason why we going through all the shit we going through. You know, little bits and pieces get out every now and then, you know, but I really believe that, you know, and this is why they do it.
It's true.
You know, right. Like if you read Yusuf Ali, when Prophet Muhammad ascended, may peace be upon him, he said, when Gabriel took him to paradise, when he met Musa, which is Moses, he said Moses was very, 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 very dark. I think it's a shame that people sit around and watch the Ten Commandments, got Charleston Heston playing Moses in Hot Ass Africa. You dig? Like people sit up there and really believe that shit. It was a bunch of white people in Hot Ass Africa. They believe that. You know, and it's just, I think we just need to stand up, man, like y'all saying, collectively, and just stop pushing our agenda, man. And just like I hustled, I sold crack. My people were connected people. And when I got in my late 30s,
you're the center of pressure to say that they were connected is an under fucking statement. They would beat the shit in Detroit.
Yeah, you know, I had another uncle, and he like ran all of Macomb County, you know, but the devastation all that caused us, like me, I get harassed because of my last name. Like I was in Arkansas, just to talk about the race thing we talk about. I just moved back from Arkansas. I got pulled over. She seen my Detroit license. They ran my name, some stuff popped up, you know, stuff I did in the 80s, whatever. And September 24th of last year, they showed up at my door with 12 FBI agents for no reason and told me that if I went back to Detroit, they wouldn't bother me.
So they was telling you go home, get out of their time.
I left all my stuff down there packed up and moved back to Detroit.
Smart move.
You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like they was gonna put some in my car. You know, they still got the chain gang down there. Them guys black and white stripes down there.
They gave you fair warning. Some of us didn't get that fair warning. You feel?
I know. They're still riding around with Confederate flags, all that down there. They call you nigga to your face. They don't care. All that stuff down south, ain't none of that stuff changed. And I'm telling you, I just went through it. I got my what they call nigga wake up call. Oh yeah. Yeah. You know, and
I appreciate you, Joe. Thank you for coming on, man.
Man, I love all y'all, man. I love all y'all, man. And keep it up, man. Y'all do good work. Hey, Juice called me. I want to holler at you about something.
Yeah.
I see the family seen something, man, on there that I didn't like with that dude, Glad.
Bet we gonna put it together.
All right, I'm gonna call you after.
I told you Lionel called me too. I talked to Lionel.
I talked to him 2 days ago.
Okay, tell him to call me back too.
I will. He up north. I'm gonna send him some money, man. Right.
Give him my information again. Make sure he still got my information.
I will. I'll let him know. I talked. He texted me on JPay yesterday. So, you know, and we'll put it all together.
We gonna put it together, Joe. I appreciate you for tapping in.
Oh man, hey man, I love y'all. You know, love Baby Doll, Dogface, all y'all, man. Y'all doing a good job. Keep it up. You know, shit is so misconstrued. You know, I love how y'all like, especially you, Juice. You getting them niggas go like, dig, no, this what happened. This what happened. You know, niggas be lying. Like, I'll give a little bit. I'm gonna get off. This flag got that nigga from Southwest. Over there with Nietzsche and them, that nigga Lamar, whatever beast. Talking about Frank was crying when that shit went down.
Nah, you know I know the real. You know,
pull it up, y'all pull it up, man. Pull it up.
That was my sister's house on St. Albans that they got your uncle at.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We go put it together.
All right, man. Y'all holler. Y'all have a good one, man.
Salute.
All right.
Joe.
All right. Have a good one. Bye, y'all.
All right.
That was the nephew of Frank Usher. That was Joe Usher.
Gotcha.
Scholarships to black people. I employ them. See, I don't go by talking points. I go by real life. I employ the majority black women. I give out scholarships to my alma mater, Cass Tech. $25,000 every single year, $5,000, and I give them specifically to black boys. I be out in the streets passing out $5,000 every 2 weeks to people in the streets, handing it to their hands, not giving it to some bitch ass community organization. So I don't care about what people say. The real work is on the ground. And so my life is a reflection of it. I'm married to a black woman for the last 21 years, right? I'm advocating. I never left my city, even though I have the resources to be able to do so. And I'm always going to be a resident of Detroit. So I don't care about when people say you go against black people. Black people think that just because you say something and hold them accountable and say stop doing fuck shit, that automatically means that you going against them, or because you support something that somebody says that hold us accountable.
He's
stereotyping.
He said all black people in one.
I go against black culture that continues to celebrate the things that keep us down. I don't go against black people. Black people are respectable. Black people.
So you're saying you against Juneteenth? You
raise their children.
Hold on, baby. Hey, so let me try to bring this.
I don't care about the feelings part.
Let's reel this in, right? So let's reel this in right quick. So listen. So let's just so we're on the same page. So I don't think this issue is about whether I owe you. I don't think this issue is about. I heard you try to. Well, I see that you are trying to reference. Is that 5? That's 5.
But you got DoorDash, Dogface. What's going on, man?
So stay on my business, Anton. Stay on my business, brother. Stay on my business. So listen. So I hear you say Democrat, Republican. Good brother. When it comes to the issues that affect black people by and large, I just had a conversation on the Ugly Money podcast last night.
Shout out to Ugly Money, that's my guy.
Yeah. When I spoke about some of the policies from a governmental standpoint that have been most detrimental to black people as a whole, those policies were enacted under a Democratic control House, Senate, correct, and presidency. I spoke about the Clinton administration when Joe Biden, when the whole crime reform bill, the welfare reform bill, even criminalizing child support. Correct. That all happened under a Democratic controlled presidency and Congress total.
That's why I be wondering, is you Republican? I don't know what you are, bro.
No, bro. Listen, black people as a whole, they're more conservative. I don't think white people know this, or I don't think people don't really study the black community, but black people are more conservative. And
they know it, dog face. They're trying to convince you to distance yourself from the bullshit that y'all support that is liberal and Democrat.
The question is, when it comes to adopting liberal concepts or precepts versus conservative, black people are a lot more conservative than we get. Listen, when it comes to who black people are loyal to, when it comes to their vote, I think it is like everybody else. We vote for the people who make us feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. Baby doll.
Yeah.
Get off the phone. You on Instagram?
No.
Black people, like all people, vote for people who make them feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. I don't think that we should be blindly loyal to any political party. The biggest mistake that we can make as a people is to just give our loyalty or give our vote to people based on some type of historical shit. Black people we had to disengage and stop that shit. You give your vote to whoever is championing the positions that are going to best affect you or drive your agenda forward, whether it's Republican or Democrat or independent. I think we got to move away from that shit, and I don't think we should be championing none of that shit. I think we should champion and support the people who we believe are going to support what we want to do.
Who show us that.
Yes.
That's right. No, I feel the exact same way, dog face. You're absolutely right. You feel me? Because ain't either one of them parties held it down for us as a race of people. They ain't did what they said they was gonna do once they got in office. So we got to stop, like you say, we got to stop going for that banana in the tailpipe. You feel me?
That's exactly what the fuck that is. A banana in the fucking tailpipe. We can argue that point. We can argue Democrat, Republican. I'm of the opinion that it doesn't matter whether you're a Democrat or Republican. I'm going to support black people have to disengage themselves from the political party in this sense. I don't care what your political affiliation is. Like, you're from Detroit. I talk to people in the city council. I talk to people who deal with the mayor's office. And I know that you have the Chaldean American, the Arab American. They're always down at the city county building. They're always at the mayor's office trying to champion and trying to force policies and procedures that's going to benefit their race of people.
But see, the reason why it matters, Dogface, that we have both black Republicans, it matters that we care about having people on both sides.
I get you, but see, my point is this, Anton. It's not about
because we can't listen. We can't demand anything if they already know that everybody is going one way.
Well, we can't demand.
We can't advocate for anything, Dogface. Like, no politician gives a fuck about black people.
Absolutely. So
because black people
already there, Dogface. That's where you got him at. Right there. He just said no politician. So that go for Democrats or Republicans.
And then he said everybody going one way.
I'm glad you did this. I'm glad you did this review. He a double talking motherfucker. You feel me? He said everything you just said. You feel me?
Y'all take the flow. Go ahead, baby doll. Go ahead,
baby doll.
No, it's just the point when he said if they're not gonna do something as long as they know that everybody's going one way. He's still putting us all in just the same. He
ain't separated the conservatives from the degenerates. You feel me?
No,
like you say, he judging us all as a race.
And I hate when it comes to black people, they take our color. If you act white, if you smart and you talk like you have some type of sense, they label that as the whiteness. And when you're acting ignorant and you don't have any sense, they label that as black. You know what I'm saying? They putting a color on on being smart and dumb. If you understand what I'm saying.
If you don't take their shit, then they feel you ignorant.
Yeah.
If you don't go for what they try to present to us, you feel me? If we buck that, then they go put you as a outcast.
Yes.
You going against the program. You feel me? So they try to make us look like we causing a problem. You feel me? So then the mass majority, like Antoine, ride with that because he think his intelligence separates him. No, at the end of the day, you still a nigga to them too.
That's right there. Just a nigga that's gonna help us prove our point, and we still gonna treat you just like we're gonna treat your people.
At the end of the day, long as he's siding with them, he okay. But soon as he try to be a part of them, that's when they go get on his ass.
Oh yeah, they're gonna bring that man back down to reality. You still a nigga. Get your ass up off and over. Thank you for all that you have done for us, but get your stupid ass back over there. You trying to be
another thing we let him get off with. He went to talking about how he was married and all this. And then he went to hollering at, you know, when he got the troll and talking about baby doll so cute and she married
Yeah, you
and all
21
that.
years of marriage
But
to a
then
black woman.
But they said that ain't been no happy household though. Now that I'm hearing about him and his wife having problems, ain't they, Boogie?
Hold on, Juice. We ain't gonna do the Al Nuke.
No, he did this. It was on his show. No, we ain't doing the Al Nuke. I'm saying he put that out that it was something going on in his household with him and his wife.
Because I have done my homework on this man. One, this man is a trifling ass Aries. Okay, so
what?
A trifling ass Aries.
Oh, man, astrology shit.
Run it down.
Listen to what I'm
baby
telling
doll.
you. When it comes to an Aries man, one, they got to be the smartest person in the room, and they so smart they're fucking dumb. Two, they are attracted to women are their weakness. So he's not that fucking smart because a woman can trick him out of anything. He's woman crazy. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the motherfucking day, yes, the motherfucker love women. I don't even understand why he got married. Okay. He loved all women for all different types of shit. Okay. One woman he might like because her lips big. Next woman, every woman has Anton got hoes for sure. Okay. Yes, he does. Okay. And he's on a regular trying to recruit new ones. Okay. He love women. That's just what it is. He full of shit. He want to act smart, sound smart, because he's trying to attract a certain type of woman. He might just like white women.
Boogie.
Boogie, don't make me hate you tonight, okay? Your shit on mute. Thank you, Lord. Dollface, turned your mic off.
I didn't. No, I didn't. That's him. He has his own stuff on mute.
I ain't fucking with that.
What you mean you ain't fucking with that?
I don't know nothing about him and his wife. None of that shit.
Listen to the Leo on here talking about baby. How about Leo? You niggas play mind games. Y'all, everything is a game with y'all. Everybody gotta prove they love to y'all just to make sure you can trust them. Get the fuck out of here. Leo's got trust issues.
A nigga tried to play that game with my dog. Hell no.
What about Tauruses, baby doll? Since we going to astrology,
Tauruses is wannabes. Tauruses, especially Taurus men, they like that. Like they try to be somebody. They want to. It's all about a facade to them. They like to look like something that they're not. They want to look like money but don't have no money. You know, that's a Taurus man for you. And they're whores. A Taurus woman, same with them. They want to look like something that they're not. If they're a whore, they want to act like they're classy. They want to act like they're this big boss woman, but low key they really just a fucking hood rat. Never happy.
I agree.
And Taurus women don't like to be controlled. They want to do the controlling, so they might as well be gay.
Damn.
So what the fuck about it? What the fuck about a Libra?
Nigga, you do not want y'all are full of fucking shit all the way the fuck around. Y'all just like to hear yourself talk. Y'all really infatuated with yourself, so y'all try to use what y'all have on other people just to see how they like to see. They love the way they move.
Hey, look at that nigga looking. Don't get that Scooby-Doo look off your face.
Hold on, Juice.
Get that Scooby-Doo look up your face.
Juice, hold on. I'm trying to figure this shit out. What'd you say?
Boogie full of shit, bro.
How about cancers? How about cancers?
Oh my God, you arrogant bastards.
Here we go.
Cancers are arrogant. Oh my God, cancers are so arrogant.
You're wrong about
so
me.
Funny
I'm a fucking sweetheart.
they have this defense mechanism. They try to be so mean, but they really sweethearts. But that's their defense mechanism because they can't look weak at no point. Boogie, you full of shit. The Libras are full of shit. I'm gonna tell you that now. Y'all play too much. Y'all play too much.
I'd be serious as hell.
Y'all do what y'all want to do. Can't be controlled.
You know what I heard when you said that?
What?
Wah wah wah.
I bet. I bet.
That's all I heard. When you talk about cancers. Wah, 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 wah.
Okay, y'all niggas, oh my God, y'all are, woo. They put themselves on a pedestal, baby. Y'all are the shit. And no matter, you don't give a fuck who don't believe it.
Y'all got the best show. Why, thank you very much, sir. We appreciate that. Let's go back to the review. Are we done reviewing Anton, or do we need
Yes, please. Let's talk about Little Meech. Anton is full of shit, as we see. We don't even have to go through the whole video to realize that this black man is full of shit. He's whitewashed. He's
And
whitewashed.
I still got Leaf, so we good, baby.
Anton,
y'all are so immature. So listen, we coming right back. We at the 3-hour mark on this motherfucker. We coming right back. Y'all, if you in here now, we be right back in 10 minutes. Come back in. We got Big Meech and Little Meech. We finna spank somebody ass. Somebody finna get a fuck nigga file. Right now it is 12:48. We full of energy. We ain't sleepy. We ain't tired. It's the late night show with the YouTube streets. We coming right back. What's up with P. Diddy? Oh, he's the Diddy man.
P. Diddy.
Hey, listen, we coming right back. Y'all stay tuned. So like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend, YouTube streets coming back with the What's the News segment. We talk about everything that's in the news right now. We'll be right back, man. Y'all tap back in with us in 5 minutes. We gone. We come right back.